Define those travels as you can, as I always say at the beginning of this show. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to all the Gogletites, Goglings, Gogorifics, Gog people, all the Gog types. It's good to see everybody. It is Tuesday, May 30th. 2017. My name is Arvin Elleron, and this is Pen and Pixels, episode 82 of Pen and Pixels. Hard to believe, but we are continuing to move up the ladder on the number of episodes that we've got here. We do this every Tuesday on here from 4 p.m. Eastern to 7 p.m. Eastern, and I'll be with you for the next 3 hours, continuing my playthrough of Torment, Tides of Numenera, which I've been doing over the last couple of months, and I guess last 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. But I hope everyone has been having a good time. I do want to say, first of all, thank you to Memories in 8-Bit for the show right before me. And I believe I'm closing out the night tonight. Tomorrow, Miss Psyche will be back with Neverwinter Nights, which should be a fun time. But I also just want to quickly throw a shout out to all of you who ended up coming over to my charity event, ArvCon, over the weekend. It went really, really well. We ended up raising $2,146 for the Damon Runyon Cancer Research Foundation. That's well over our record from before. 2 years ago when we started this, we hit $495, I want to say. And then last year was about $1,245. This year, $2,146. So we did really well, raised money for a very important charity, a significant charity that has affected a lot of us, dealing with a disease that has affected a lot of us. So I'm thankful to all the company support, to all the mods, to all the viewers, to all the donators, to all the guests. And so for you folks who know about me through this show and came over there to help out, stop by, and take part in what was a really fun weekend, I really appreciate it. So thank you guys very much. That was a good time. Now we are back with Torment, and I am going to be continuing this playthrough, which I've been having a lot of fun with, and hanging out with all of you as I do it. Let me get rid of this. Let me turn on that. There we go. Good to see you all. Welcome. I hope everyone is doing well today. I do want to mention, by the way, that in case those of you missed it, because I know we have a lot of European folks, of course, on the stream, but if you missed the announcement before, starting next month, I'm going to be doing on my channel twice a month a Tolkien campaign. So you guys know that I do D&D on this channel. You know that Screaming Joypad and GOG streamer does D&D with me both here and over at my own personal channel. But on my personal channel, I'm going to be streaming a Tolkien campaign using the Adventures in Middle-earth setting, and I'm going to be doing that with a set of a group of people. That Bronze Girl, Trendane, who is a voice actor and does a lot of stuff over on my channel. Will from Encounter Roleplay, who's reasonably well known, and Terry Toons, who is a cartoonist and a very talented one that some of you folks know. So those are the 4 players that I'm going to have. It's sponsored officially by Cubicle 7, the company which makes Adventures in Middle-earth. So that's going to be happening, and the reason I mentioned to you guys is because it's at European-friendly times. It's going to be literally happening right before this show, twice a month on Tuesday. And so if you guys like yourself some Tolkien and some role-playing and some D&D and stuff like that, then you should consider checking that out, which is going to be starting next month. But right here, I'm going to be continuing with Torment. My plan after I finish Torment here is to move on to Star Trek Judgment Rights, which is the next of the Star Trek series, the adventure series that I have. And then I have no idea. Then I'm going to have to think about what I want to play next. But I'm looking forward to those and getting a chance to see, how those 2 games kind of play out once we finish Torment. We made a lot of progress on this game actually last time. Did a lot of side quests and stuff like that. So I think we're going to get some main quest action. We're gonna main quest it up this time. So with no further ado, let us go and make that happen. Let's do it. Whoa, my webcam. Wait a second. Let's make sure that I got my webcam going the right way. For some reason, I've been having a couple of issues with my webcam of late, so there we go. Lovely. Play a kazoo. What's up, Elias? Okay, let's do it. On the Builder's Trail. Yeah, we did a lot last time with side quest stuff. A lot. And so we got some main quest stuff going on this time that we can do. Okie doke. Let's see what we got here. Alright, yeah, so we've actually only got 3 set. I love that. Oh man, do I love seeing an empty quest list. So let's see, we've got this. Women in Sagus Cliffs being transformed to copies. That's kind of a as we go type of thing. Let's see. the airship thief. We still have to go back to the council clerk so I can pay for the damages, so there's that. And the Sorrow's Prey. I have to find a way to communicate with the shadowy reflection that appeared in the labyrinth, and to do that, thank you for the follow, Lionheart. Ironically, I was going to be trying to play the game Lionheart because it had been chosen by my chat for me to play on just before, but I wasn't able to do it because I couldn't get it to run in full in windowed mode. So I'm going to be trying to do that for next month. But so your name is very appropriate, Lionheart. Okay, let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Shadowy reflection. Seems to have lost something, perhaps an object in the real world. Okay, so these are all things that I'm going to do as I sort of go about and find things. So that means it is time for the main quest, On the Builder's Trail. Mazov, a talented builder and artificer. Oh, so I've got to talk to... Alright, so I got to talk to Renio. That's interesting. Alright, I got to deal with that. That may be kind of a problem, actually, because I kind of... I don't know. I think I sort of hit a wall with dealing with that side quest, and I don't know if that side quest is what I need to go on with the main quest, so we'll see. What's up, Mr. Lyric? Where'd that guy go? Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Where is this guy? There he is. Yes, it is. That's actually true. That is true. That's a good point. What's up, Coyote? Alright, so I do have to finish the side quest. Well, alright. Let's see. Apologies will not settle this matter. I demand compensation for the airship you destroyed, and failing that service. How much is the debt that he owes? 300 shins, and not one less. Here it is. Very well. The debt is paid. Flights to the Valley of Dead Heroes will resume shortly. There. I'll go back to Cliff's Edge. Things are more exciting there. Alright, good. That takes care of that problem. That was much faster than I thought it was going to be. Alright, so I've got 2 quests left. Alright, I got 2 quests left. Yeah, it's true. Although, actually, I must admit, Lionheart, in the interest of complete candor, I did not really like Final Fantasy VIII at all. I'm a Final Fantasy VII guy. I also like Final Fantasy VI. I liked Final Fantasy I. Final Fantasy IX was great. I wasn't crazy about 10, and I really disliked 8. And then I stopped playing them after 10. So I have to admit that 8 was not my favorite. In the interest of full candor. There's certainly many who disagree. But, okay, so we've got 2. So we've got the Sorrow's Prey, and I need to find a way to communicate with these 2. So I don't need to, I've completed all of these side quests, so I don't really need to... Alright, so I paid him. So I'm good, right? Like, I don't think I need to do any of these secondary quests I don't need to do, right? Because I've finished all these ones. Right? Am I right about that? Or am I incorrect in that assessment? Because I think I'm pretty sure that I'm good to go at this point. I hear you, Lionheart. I gotcha. Well, because I don't want to... Mostly because I don't really want to wander around Sega's Cliffs looking for copies of Ghostly Women. And because I don't... I just don't feel like wandering. Like, I kind of want to get on with the story. I feel like I did all of this stuff already. I did a lot. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I did 16 side quests and 2 main quests, and I'm on my third, I'm on this third main quest right now. Excuse me. So I don't really feel like doing the Ashen Imitation one because it's just sort of wandering around and looking for things. I don't, and I feel like I've already wandered around a lot. So that's basically why. My boy, well, I'll talk to the Don Quixote character. Any chance I get to talk to my boy. Quijano del Toboso. We meet again on the jagged slopes of Mount Theodore. What brings you here? I may know of an enemy that is worthy of you. I can only pray that you are right, good night. The children of the Endless Gate slaughtered innocents in the underbelly. Oh, nice! Will you hunt them down? I've heard of these scoundrels. They leave pools of blood and shredded flesh in their wake. You are right, my friend. This world cannot bear the blight of these villains upon her skin any longer. Simply say the word, and I shall hunt them unto my dying breath. Yes. Good hunting, Quijano del Toboso. Alright. That's my boy. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. I did want to make sure that I talked to him again. No. I did both. I did the sculptor one already. The 2 ones are, the ghostly woman looking for women who resemble her, Ashen Imitation, and Sorrow's Prey, which is communicating with that shadowy reflection in the labyrinth. And to do so that I don't want to kill her. Yeah, no, it's not that. It's these 2. Ashen Imitation and Sorrow's Prey. Those are the 2. So. And this is what they see as the codex. The codex is just pictures? That's odd. Yes, I did talk. Yes, I did talk to the sculptor again, I think. Oh no, this guy. Oh, you mean talking to the sculptor? Oh, I see. All right, I'll do that, but then that's it. Then I'm done. Let's see. Circus Minor. All right. Okay. Yeah, he's in circus. Okay, that's fair. That's a good call. I'll turn that in. Well, I don't think I can turn it in. I have to figure out a way to communicate with the shadowy figure. So I'll do that.
Yes. Now.
Yes, now. Yeah, that's fair enough. I'll do that. Okay.
You've got it.
The sculptor is all the way down here, yeah. Oh, and we got someone ready to level up, too. What's up, Dizzy? How you doing, man? Okay, let's level you up. Okay. Awesome. All right. Let's talk to our boy Zeofi. 5-second stream delay. That's what I like to see. It's good. Especially because I'm glad to see it. All right. Yeah, see, Dendro her, you're still at an impasse. Yeah, see, this isn't ready to be turned in. This isn't ready to be turned in, Disculty, because I haven't gotten it yet. Yeah, I don't know if I have the latest update installed, to be honest. So I'm just gonna move on because I really want to get on with the main quest. I'm enjoying the game, but I don't want to get bogged down. I've already done 16 side quests, so I'm good. I'm gonna get back onto the main quest here. I love those cool little shadows that fly over. Just these little hints of these other things, these little touches of these other things going on in the universe.
Go.
Alright, here I go.
Right, Caravanserai. Yes.
I'm there, in the shadows.
Wait, no. Let's see if I can save this. Okay. Alright, let's get moving. How may I assist you? I need to fly to the Valley of Dead Heroes. Excellent timing. My vessel will be departing shortly. Board at your leisure. Yes, I think it does capture the essence of Planescape. It captures the essence of the world. It's definitely not a direct successor. It's not the kind of thing where you would pick up story threads from stuff before. But it definitely captures the feel of the universe, I think. So... I should also warn you, we won't be able to retrieve Youtham Valley. We never tarry there. Its energies are not good for our ship's engines. I'm ready. Let's depart. Yeah, sorry, Hippo, but I've also got to make a judgment call about when I think that we've spent enough time somewhere. All here, then? The wind is right for us. Let's sail, friends. The city of your birth falls away below you.
Ready to learn something new.
That's probably true, Dizzy, yeah. Ooh, different music. Even as he stalks toward you, for a moment it appears as if the man is unaware of your presence. He stops in front of you. Rocking ever so gently, he stares right through you, murmuring under his breath. Chanting or insane rambling. You draw closer and notice the scars he bears upon his face. Then his gaze matches yours and he suddenly grows silent. He sees you now. His eyes flicker across your face and pause on your tattoo. What's up, Jedi? He bears the tattoo of Innifer and the Dendra father. Good or bad, she'll have to test him. He bows, his movements stiff and halting. Then with blinding speed, his hand snakes out and brushes a speck of dust from your shirt. The hand is gone before you can react. I am Klinkar, and these are my associates. You are in the Valley of Dead Heroes. 2 memorialists have escaped us. You will find them. We need them. These are the followers of our brother Innifer. I don't know much about them except that they believe in blood. Tread carefully. Why do you want to find them? We must open the Endless Gate. Find the missing memorialists. But why must you open the Endless Gate? It is what we are called to do, and who are we to disobey the call when it comes? Dizzy. It is power. Power unending. Are you children of the Endless Gate? Do you know Tikia Tower from Sega's Cliffs? I am not familiar with her, though one of the brethren did come to us recently from Sega's Cliffs. Perhaps Motley will know. You can inquire of him in the necropolis as soon as you find our missing friends. Alright, I'll help you find them. Oh, then we would be glad of your assistance. The memorialists are somewhere nearby. We can smell them. Go find them and bring them to us. Okay. Okay. On the Builder's Trail, find the first Castoff's tomb. That's the main quest, but oh my god, is there a lot of stuff to look at, alright?
All right. Ready to learn something new.
Let's see, sanity slipping. The tombs will hold my salvation. Oh. Okay. Let me actually have him pick up a level up while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to go with endurance because he was getting hit quite a bit of late, so I want to give him a little bit more, tankiness, I think I would say.
Yes. Now.
Okay, the unmarked cliff wall is all that you see. You pull the planks back. A crawl space extends behind them with two small alcoves recessing the walls. They are remnants of grave markers and memorials from ancient times. One seems shallow. The other has been blocked by rubble falling from above. Both of them appear to have been built to hold bodies, but neither are occupied. Yet you can see a disturbance in the dust of the crawl space. I sense a disturbance in the dust of the crawl space. Someone came by this way at least. Perhaps they're still here. Okay, let's search more thoroughly. Got anyone a better shot? No, that's no good. Let's do that. Yeah, I agree, Dizzy. I agree. I think they did a pretty good job in capturing the feel of Planescape, at least the feel of sort of the strangeness of the world. So I like it, Glog. I'm enjoying it. I'm not wild about the combat. I don't think the combat is. I just don't like the combat very much. But I don't think the combat is so. The combat is so minimal. Like, it's very much a minimal aspect, or probably is, of Torment. You can make it a bigger one, but I don't particularly care for it. But it's not important because I don't really. It's not a big deal, you know, within the context of this game. You peer deep into the gloom. The dust has been more than disturbed. You see footprints. After a few minutes, your diligence is rewarded. There's a third alcove at the back of the crawl space, hidden behind a great stone slab. Right, Dizzy. The slab is held up by a stone the size of a human head, creating a small gap hardly half a meter high. You crouch down and peer through the gap. Two people are hiding in the space behind it. Well, you should be all over this then, Dizzy, because I know you really liked Wasteland 2, so you should be all over this. Old friend, if friend you be, my name is Beltrax. This is Ronos Kaisul. Those damned cultists gave chase to us. Ronos knew of this small sepulchre in which we have hidden, but we have nowhere left to run. They will murder us if you reveal our position. Friend or foe, either way, Ronos shall not sacrifice himself for me. Please, says Ronos, Beltrax is but a visitor to this place. He has no part in our struggle with the children. Tell them we have fled and you couldn't find us. Oh my god, remove the stone and trap them in this sepulchre forever. I'll deal with the cultists. You have our gratitude. Good luck, friend. Mooring post to keep ships from drifting off. Wooden slats have been cobbled with ancient machine pads to create makeshift cargo pads. Though still functioning, they look like they've been cast aside and neglected.
All right.
Alcove is vacant. Okay. Let me pick up this loot.
Yes.
Nice.
Go.
Alright, so this was just to look for more people. Little silly that they want me to find something that's literally on the same screen.
You bet.
Alright. Alright, Klinkar. You found them yet? Have you? I've found them, but I'm not going to bring them to you. I will flay the skin from your muscles, the muscles from your bones, and free your light into the endless gate. Well, damn. I guess I could have lied to them. Might have been a better idea, actually.
What do you think of this? Fine.
Okay, Rin's turn. This is a good spot for this, I think. Gravity bomb! How's that knockdown grabbing you? Hmm?
Let's go all. You and me.
Hardly worth my time.
Pow. He literally got up. He's like, oh, thanks. Oh, God, Hippo. No! Not what I meant.
A taste of death for you.
Oh, bang for the buck. Yeah, I guess I can see that.
I missed.
Damn it. 70%. Well, that's not what I meant to do. Oh well, it's okay.
Of course we can help. Right, all?
There we go.
Who's next? Who's next? All right.
Okay. Bad guy. Hobbled for 3 rounds, huh? Right?
All right.
Yes. You dare strike me?
Nice. There we go. Okay, sorry that came to that. That was some fight. Are you hurt? I'm Beltrax. I'm sorry you had to face those cultists. We hid and well... Hold on a second. I feel like this is awfully quiet. Give me a second, guys. I just want to check something. Right, there we go. I don't know why it was switching over to that. Hang on, hang on. I just have to adjust something in my audio. Give me 1 second. These are not the default device. This is the default device. Oh, you don't want to be the default device? Really? How does disable grab you? Why? Okay, why are you... Interesting. I want this. Okay. Well, that's curious. All right. That should be the default device. Why are you not... Yeah, but this is not... It's not... This is acting weirdly. I don't know why Elgato is doing that. Okay. There we go. Now I should be back. Now I should be back in business, I think. Okay. That should be better. Lovely. Okay. Sorry about that. I had to make sure I got that adjusted. So. Those cultists, the children of the Endless Gate, they've overrun the Valley of Dead Heroes. They slaughter the visitors. They hound us, the memorialists, and have brought horror to every corner of this ancient place. Please, you've shown your mettle in dealing with these murderers. I beg of you, please find a way to make them move on.
Making a note.
I'll do it. Thank you, friend. The coming of the children has become a relentless nightmare for us. I wish you the best of luck. Looking for the tomb of the first cast-off. I know what it is, where it is. Isn't that why you asked me to come along? We need to get to the necropolis up along the cliff face. We'll have to use the minims to get up there, but it's easy enough. This is true. You must be strong or careful, though, or both. The children are vicious and unpredictable. Tell me about the Valley of Dead Heroes. It's been a burial ground for the world for at least millions of years. Yet we have uncovered no bodies in the valley itself. Oh no. Despite all the memorials, obelisks, and urns above the ground, we have not been able to find evidence of a single body. Markers exist beyond counting. Some are in scripts we cannot understand. Some are in materials we've never seen. But the bodies themselves lie in a great space beneath the ground. Above the ground there's no sign of life. None at all, except what we bring with us. Okay. Tell me about yourself. My true name is Ronos Kaisul of the Memorialists. I came here from Sagus Cliffs to inter my beloved wife. That was over a decade ago. I remained because I felt a close connection to the place, somehow. When I discovered the name of my true self, I knew. This world is the afterlife, and the graves here are our own. Now I study the word of the living, hoping to bring others to the enlightenment I reached. All right, tell me about the Memorialists. We're ordinary people, really. Ordinary people! People who understand the truth that this world is really the afterlife, and that the tombs here are our graves. We maintain the valley so that no name is forgotten, so that everyone can come here and remember their true selves. Once all the tombs have been claimed, we shall see a glorious resurgence of humanity. Likewise, if we allow the names to be forgotten, devastation will sweep across the land. Well, that wouldn't be good. All right, farewell.
It's a plan.
I was probably going to get into a fight with the cultists anyway.
All right.
All right.
All right, let's see. Are any of these guns worth anything? 3 physical damage. These look like pretty crappy. Crappy. It's valuable. Especially since I just spent a bunch of shins, although I had plenty to spend, but okay.
You want it done right.
Saving it under one of those. Okay.
I need to talk to you.
Need to talk to me? Sup, Broseph? While we're in the valley, I've got a place I'd like to visit. My village's monument. I haven't been there for a while and need to pay my respects. It's not far from here, so it's not really out of the way. I'll see what we can do. Appreciate it. What do you know about the valley, anyway? Burial place for countless civilizations. Not in the valley itself, but below it. My Aldaya's memorial is here. It used to be peaceful, serene, a place where people could come and think for a spell. I'd never been to the necropolis, never really had any urge to see it. None of my dead left any remains anyway. Alright. A foul-smelling liquid pours out of these spouts to the rest of the valley far below. Its mist feels cool in the bright sun. Faint humming emanates from these two statues. Those are cool. It's like reverse Yoda. You've heard of Yoda. Now there's Adoy. A sliver of darkness hangs before you like the entrance of a cave, except there is no cave, only a tear in space. Within the darkness you see the glow of stars, and a cool night breeze wafts past you, carrying the scent of desert flowers, and the echo of sounds you are not hearing around you. If you step through that darkness, you might go anywhere, or maybe nowhere. Could be nothing but a shadow. Examine more closely. The cool air that sighs through it seems to follow you. The shadow does not change no matter your perspective. You have the discomforting feeling that your attention on it has drawn its attention to you, that it is somehow examining, analyzing, and assessing you. Alright, let's walk into the darkness. You step into the darkness and envelops you, then dissolves you into twinkling motes drifting in a spear of light. The light carries you through a black void, weightless, bodiless, selfless, toward another patch of starry sky. Then suddenly, you're somewhere else. That teleport, though. Okay. Looks like somebody meant to add to this platform once. That project has since been abandoned. A large upside-down pyramid floats before you, lit from low by a soft white light. It is made of weathered stone, but you can see lights and hear a faint buzzing through the cracks in its crumbling facade. Okay. You study it from every side. There's no inscription to explain why it was erected or by whom, nor is there any obvious way to interact with it. You do notice that the light from inside the cracks seems to follow your hand as you slide it across, so perhaps it is reacting to you after all. Alright, let's figure out how the pyramid works. Success. You slide your hands across the pyramid, following not the cracks, but the symbols and etchings on its surface. Thank you very much for the follow, Zaku Red Wolf, on my channel. I appreciate it. Let's see. After a great deal of experimentation and not a small amount of luck, you discover a specific pattern which causes the light to grow in intensity. As it does so, a soft warmth envelops you, refreshing your body and mind. As you feel better, however, the pyramid seems to grow more dim. Check that out. 2 intellect pool, 1 might, 3 speed. You stop, not wanting to waste the pyramid's obvious healing powers. It should be saved for a time when you really need it. Okay. Alrighty. That's good to know.
Fine.
Fine.
I guess.
And this thing? A tear in space hangs before you like a black spot on your retina. Something's different about this tear from the others in the valley. Looking into this one is like looking into an abandoned cave. No breeze or sound or light stir within it, and its edges are slowly disintegrating. Let's determine the nature of the darkness, shall we? That's not much. Damn it. Want to do something right? Do it yourself. Looks like the other floating rifts you've seen, but the life force you felt in the others is weak in this one, and it hasn't noticed your presence. You can sense the void within it has no other exit, as if it lost its mate. You also notice that the disintegrating edges of the darkness are blowing away like ash or pollen. You can actually catch the flecks of darkness in your hand, but they dissolve away like black snow almost immediately. When you move closer, however, you accidentally breathe in several of the flecks. You stay very still for a few moments listening to your body, but nothing seems to have changed in you, neither good or bad. Probably the flecks dissipated in your lungs just as quickly. Alright. The darkness surrounds you. You are whipped by it as if by a wind. It is a swirling vortex with no way ahead and no way back. The opening you pass through has vanished into utter blackness. A hail of tiny objects batters you in the dark, excuse me, thrown by the wind. Rocks or bones or drit, you cannot tell. Then something large and sharp slams into you, and you wrestle with it for a moment before realizing it's a skeleton, though not human. Yeah, like an alien covenant. As you try to shrug it off, you feel an object in its hand. You pry it free, and the skeleton falls past you. Then the wind lofts you towards a bright spot in the darkness, and you tumble back out of the opening you entered, clutching the stolen object in your hand. I think that's good. Let's not take our chances too much. Right, that's not going to work. %45% on non-combat tasks. Yeah, I like that. All right, let's step in there again. Let's go up top, shall we? All right. Let's chat, Broseph.
Learning begets doing. Or is it the other way?
You recognize this woman from the description that Omadon gave you in Sagus Cliffs. This is Persea, Omadon's lost love. I don't even remember the Omadon. She certainly doesn't appear as confused as Omadon made her sound. Instead, she's studying the necropolis with a frustrated expression. Persea, isn't it? A man named Omadon was looking for you. I convinced him to give it up. You what? And you're certain he hasn't followed you anyway? Thank you. You have no idea how much you helped me. The idiot was so convinced I needed help. Is it so hard to just believe someone's words? I assume that's that idiot, not me, idiot. Damnable cultist. I need to get back inside, but I can't risk... Never mind. None of this is your concern. You've done more than enough. Oh, alright. Can't talk with her. Oh well.
Let's go.
Blob of 3?
If you think that's best.
Whoa, what are these guys? Oh, that's right. I remember Disculti, yeah. This androgynous woman projects an air of fearsome will. Her muscles are thin and wiry, and her body screams of sharp edges. She seems like a human stiletto. Her head is shaved, and she bears the tattoo of a cast-off on her scalp. Never seen you before, she says. I'm Barricale Brunna. How long you been awake since he moved out? Of your body, I mean. He's got that innocent idiot look. Changing gods already left him. He's not joining Baj, Barricale. Not if I have anything to do with it. Not particularly interested in recruiting anyone, Metkina. Not my mission. You still mad about Colm? Still carrying that grudge? All the people she fought so hard to save, they're all dead. Natural causes. But you don't carry a grudge for natural causes. I'm starting to remember why I left Miel Vest. Starting to remember why we encouraged you to leave. Anyway, was on my way to Miel Vest with a message for Paj Reckon, but the portals are blocked. The cowards heard someone say the Sorrow's hunting again, so they locked the doors behind themselves. Paj will get her message later. I need to return to the endless battle. Tell me about Paj Reckon. Oh, right, you're new. Paj is commander of the 1st Militia. Took up the mantle, keeping our cursed sire's forces contained. Smart woman. Tough. Why would you fight the changing god? He's going to kill us all if he gets the chance. He wants to erase us. Thinks that's the way to stop the Sorrow. We're not his children to him. More like broken clones, byproducts. He'd never sacrifice himself, but that's because he's the only real person in his world. I thought the first was dead. She is. Paj kept the name in the First's honor. She doesn't care for the glory. Besides, our creator's carked. Fighting him's the best bet. Using the first names reminds everyone why we fight. What's the message you have for her? Maybe I could deliver it. Endless battle intelligence. Not for you. Alright, let's talk about something else. Tell me about the endless battle. If it's really endless, why keep fighting? That's a good question. Makes us stronger, faster, deadlier. It's like Daft Punk. Faster, stronger, louder. Da, 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 da. It would be funny if the two ones behind her, if like those three guys, the two guys stand up and it's all Daft Punk. That's what's missing. Really, this game is missing Daft Punk. That's, you know. Stronger, faster, harder. Strips away the dross of life and makes experience shine. Peacetime life is dull and worthless, like watching life go past through a veil. War clarifies life, makes us better. Endless is a good thing if you keep that in mind. What can you tell me about Mila Vest? See for yourself if you can get in. They've locked themselves away. Think they're going to find answers while they're tucked away from the world. Place has its uses, true, but it's mostly a bolt hole from the world. Death comes for us all. Mila Vest is just a place to prolong the waiting. How are you going to get back to the endless battle? I was looking at the pass to Culm Village, but it collapsed. Doesn't seem to be any way over these mountains either. No matter, I'll find a different way. Sooner rather than later, I think. What's cowardly about keeping the sorrow out of Mila Vest? We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We can make him better than he was. Better, stronger, faster. Someone was telling me that, I forget who was telling me this, that they had heard on the subway, someone's ringtone was the $6 million man sound. That, oh, you know, that thing. That's pretty cool as a ringtone. Haven't found them there for hundreds of years. But now they say it's time to close the doors like it's going to traipse in. Been telling them that if the sorrow tries hard enough, it'll get in. Can't stop that kind of power. On that we agree. Mila Vest is a false hope. Yep. Always were smart about that. Pity you're not so reasonable on the rest. Be seeing you. No, you won't. I'm done looking for a way over these twice damn mountains. Come find a different way out of the valley. Been real good talking with you, though. Wait, you're leaving? Let me ask some more questions first. No more questions. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that one. Alright, Thalana McQuareth. You see a slender woman covered in worn brown robes leaning over the fire, the cowl pulled low over her head. Her skin is a dark bronze color. Here to interrogate me? She pulls back her cowl enough for you to see that her long hair is more silver than brown, and the years of life on the road are apparent in her face. She looks weary and exhausted except for her eyes, which burn like golden fire. I'm Thalana McQuareth. What do you St! You bastards are all over the place here, eh? Look, I can't tell you anything, all right? We're done with fighting. Let him drag us back. We'll take off again. We're not going back to that hell. What are you talking about? You are cast off, so either you're here to drag us back or kill us. No, I suppose you're right. Still, he's a cast-off. More detritus from the changing god's arrogance. More damage caused by cast-offs. If you have a problem with all cast-offs, Aligarn, you have a strange way of showing it. Or maybe you haven't noticed that you're standing next to two of us? Maybe we should ask the lady here some questions. Who are you talking to? My men. Zad reminded me not all cast-offs are endless battle, but Timpo wants me to be careful with you. People have said they're not there because they can't see them, but they can see you. So let's not have that conversation. So, are you here to kill us? Tell on us? You say that of most of my crew. Not Denovan or Luca, though. I have no part in the endless battle, but answer some questions for me. Answer me my questions 3. All right. Good. Sure, we'll answer anything we can. Tell me about yourself. Me, Denovan, Luca, Timpo, Zad, and all the rest. They're my crew, my men. We're just trying to find a way home from the endless battle. We came through Colne, but it's not exactly a forgiving route. Just trying to figure out where we go next. Her sleeve slips with her gesture. You can see that her skin does not simply look metallic. It is metal. She catches you looking and tugs her sleeve back down, annoyed. A price of the endless battle. One of the reasons I left. I used to think I'd earn glory there. Thought my nano skills would propel me high. Only room in that exalted air is for cast-offs. The rest of us bleed while you lot laugh. That's why we got out. Hold. You came through Colne? What was it like there? Haven't been back for centuries, not since Tosh. I couldn't bear the thought of it. Exactly, Dizzy Plays. Metal, right up your alley, right? What is your favorite color? Mostly empty. Place cleared out mysteriously a while back, and then some new people moved in. But the proximity to the endless battle and the strange cave up on the mountain scared off all but the strangest people. Wouldn't stay there long on account of not wanting to get eaten. Place is a dust bowl, not worth a thing. All for nothing. Let's see, what are you doing here? Camping, trying to figure out our next steps. Came through Colne with reluctance, and decided it wasn't the best place to plan. Thought we'd get a clearer perspective down here. Instead, there's some sort of cult war going on. We've got to leave sooner rather than later. I only see Donovan and Luca here. Where are Tempo and Zod? If you can't see them, it's no fault of mine. Frankly, they're lucky they don't have to talk to you. What can you tell me about the endless battle? Oh, no. It's too much. Too much horror. You want to know about the endless battle? Talk to my crew. Hear it from those who ran. Why they ran. Then maybe I'll tell you what I think. Because it's not worth reliving. Talk to my crew. If you can get their stories, I'll give you mine. Looks like you've been resting here a while. Is it safe? It's safe for us. For you? We can make it safe for you. It'll cost, though, 100 shins. Okay, I don't need that right now, though. Other questions? Farewell. Okay, so we got a resting spot up there. That's pretty cool. What's up, Donovan Russ? The man looks up at you momentarily before looking away into the distance at nothing particular. He takes a drag on his smoke. His presence strikes you as odd, as if something about him were trying to inspire dread in you. What's your name? Donovan Russ. What are you doing here? Trying to get home. You got questions, talk to Thilana. You've already met her, yeah? Yeah. Yeah, Shin. I said Shin. Thilana said you're deserters from the endless battle. Wow. The smoke falls from his nerveless fingers and his face goes slack with terror. He starts shaking and a single sob breaks from his throat before he snaps back to reality. The flat expression settles back onto his face and he picks up his dropped smoke. Oh my god, PTSD, people. He takes a deliberate drag and only then does his tension ease. No. Timpo. Zod, oh God's Brasthiath. Why? You tell me anything about the endless battle? No. See it yourself. What can you tell me about the valley? Nothing. Just dust and memories. Okay, you're super important. Luca Merigali. The man is busy reading a strange device, an elegant square of some kind of metal. More metal, Dizzy. Odd letters and images flash by on a reflective screen embedded in the square. When you draw near, you notice that the device is plugged into his arm with a long silver wire, and one of the man's eyes is mechanical. Greetings. I am Luca Merigali. Sometimes I read in the older tongue. I uncover great knowledge this way. For instance, his metal eye stutters and clicks, and a tinny voice emerges from the pad. The formal education of the young begins in utero with nervous system update inhibitors and microwave transmissions to the developing fetal brain. He clicks it off. You see? I do not know the species to which this refers, but I begin to know of them. At any rate, what can I do for you? Tell me about yourself. I have spoken my name already. The knowledge of my character is thus more important. I was a soldier. I traveled with my friends. I and my friends travel to our home. Or at least this is our plan. I admit a concern for my friends. They seem trapped in the past, paralyzed. They're not as they were when we set out. Nor, to be fair, am I. It's a very metal stream. Can you tell me anything else about yourself? I am unwilling to commit personal details to a stranger. I have told you what I'm willing to share, no more. This is the part where I'll be like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. I'll certainly come. Double-handed axe chop! Tell me what I need to know! What do you mean when you say your friends are different? They were full of hope once. We and a dozen others set out from our home, in Aldea west of Sagus Cliffs, to find fortune in the endless battle. We joined a recruiter in Sagus Cliffs, and enlisted with the army of the changing god. We thought we were prepared. We were not. Only if the axe is made of metal? Actually, Disney, the axe is made of blood and tears. And that's real metal, my friend. We were in trenches. We fought with bolt throwers, energy weapons, and detonations. That first day saw half our friends obliterated by a rogue particle wave that emanated from our side of the battlefield. And then we woke again in a new reality. Our memories of the old world intact, but our bodies whole. Except for Timpo, who was half dissolved in this new reality. So it went. Incremental gains as a whole, with certain consequences carrying into new lives. Sometimes they would undo all our day's heroism for an unseen advantage. Other times we'd lose a friend forever. One day I was caught half out of a trench. The air exploded above me and I became the Hulk. And I burned. The new reality did not restore me. I spent some weeks under the care of surgeons. When I awoke, I was as you saw me, and our friends had been killed. Other friends. Thelana and Denovan reacted very differently to me. They say I too have changed. I don't know. I know that I no longer fear. I do not remember much of emotion. I recall the fear and horror, but I do not recall its taste. And when I spoke to them, they agreed that it was time for us to leave. To leave before we became these forgotten names lost in the flux of worlds. Timpo, Zad, Brasith, so many names, all gone. Anything else? Okay. Thelana says you're deserters. Yes, we have left our posts, but I do not believe we've deserted. I believe we've become aware. If the battle is endless, then our struggle means nothing. If our struggle means nothing, why should we continue to struggle? Money and glory were our reasons. Were. I don't remember being so foolish. You struggle for something greater than yourself, an ideal, perhaps. Had our commanders presented an ideal for us to follow, this might have been true. But we fought for money and for glory. We found no great measure of either. Exactly, they're metal deserters, they listen to pop. They've left behind the power of Threshold, and instead they have picked up the banner of Justin Bieber. At one point, it was like, a pilot in the sky of dreams. And then it became, hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. Oh, God. We will not be going back. What can you tell me about the Valley? Threshold, yeah. Now, you know the band Threshold, right, Dizzy? That did the song Pilot in the Sky of Dreams? Or Opeth. That's a more... Opeth is more... Threshold is probably... I mean, it is metal. It's... Opeth. Opeth is progressive metal. It's a dry place. I tasted the water that bubbled up nearby. It was alkaline and induced strange visions. My new metabolism protected me from the worst of it. Had my friends tasted it, they might have died. We found no bodies nor anything of value. All is quiet, but this is a waypoint, not a destination. They're too prog for you? Well, if Opeth is too prog for you, I think Threshold will be too prog for you also. Yeah, Opeth is definitely death prog, I agree. What's up, X5? Greetings from the Viking land, Norway. Gratulations with the 2126 in the DRCRF. It is truly epic. A new ARFCon next year. You know, X5, I don't think I knew that you were from Norway. I actually visited Norway before my daughter was born back in 2007 because I went for a conference there. I really liked Norway. I was... We flew into Oslo, and then we went up through Flan, and we spent time in Bergen. I really liked Norway a lot. In fact, we even did a little video of it. I was doing a podcast at the time, and we did a video called Upon Further Review is the name of the podcast, and it was me and my wife. I think I still have the link somewhere to that, but that's cool, man. Only good album by Opeth is More Like Damnation. Let's see. Okay. So we got that note. Now can I get your notes? Wait. Okay, now can I get your notes? Should you tell me anything about the endless battle? No, see it yourself. Alright, I got one person's story. I've talked to Luca, and I tried to talk to Denovan about the endless battle. Good enough. They were normal people once. Ordinary, thrill-seeking kids. Look at them now. Most wars, a group of people march in with their artifacts, gravity, light pulse, time benders, and march back out. Endless battle is like that, but going on for centuries. Think of what it does to the landscape. Think of what it does to the psychic terrain. Think of what it does to your friends. And when you're vermin to the people who run the war, when you've got no hope to survive and you can feel realities collapsing around you, when you see wormholes open up and monsters walk through, when the air is toxic and the ground melts and you feel your mind assaulted. But it's not personal. It's not someone who wants your destruction in particular. You've just inconvenient to them. Your death is another number, a way to measure the success. It's hell, a business like hell. Wow. Oh, thanks, X5. Yeah, when I went there, the Bergen had this awesome music festival going on, which was pretty sweet. It was really neat. It was we really had a good time there. There is a possibility we are going over to that area again because Worldcon is in Helsinki, Finland this year. But I don't know. We're playing around with the idea, but the truth is that, God damn it with this desync. Do you guys notice? Let me ask you guys a question very quickly. Are you noticing desync? Like as I speak, is there a delay between what you're seeing and the words that you're hearing on my webcam? I'm just curious because I've been having trouble with desync, and I want to make sure that's not. I want to see if that's true or not. No, you're not noticing desync. It seems the same. Because to me, it feels like it's off, and I want to make sure if that's true or not. It's all in sync. Back streets back. All right. You do see a delay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, well, boss, I've been having this problem on my own stream. I just dropped the offset to 150. I've been having this problem for a while. I know. Well, this is what I was saying, Elias. It's not there, but then it gets bad over time. And then what happens is I restart my webcam. Absolutely drives me up a wall. This is only happening with OBS. It works perfectly on Skype. And then I reactivate it. And now it's fine. Now it's right in sync. Now it's perfect. Now it seems much worse. Well, it's not going to seem worse now. It shouldn't seem worse now. Now it should seem right in sync. Yeah, that's because I restarted it. And this is what happens. It works perfectly, and then it goes way out of sync again. It does not happen with Skype or anything else. It's something with OBS that I don't know what it is, but it drives me up a wall. And it's been happening for about 2 weeks, and I don't know of any reason as to why. Is that what it is, Dragon? Yeah. You made an OBS configuration change? Okay. I mean, I would love that, Dizzy, because I don't know what's going on. I don't understand it. I don't get it. But I've already made, I'll tell you that I've already tried to make a bunch of adjustments. I've tried to drop frame rates, increase frame rates, build it around, do a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, so how is it? So, sorry, let me move that over to there. So right now it's in sync for me. Is it in sync for you guys right at the moment? Because typically what happens is it's fine, and then it gradually goes out of sync, which is frustrating, frankly. So, yes, no? Right now it's in sync? Okay. So we'll see, but I'm trying to track it down. Yeah, we should, if you're able to do that, Dizzy, I would love to be able to figure it out, because it's really bothering me a lot. So, okay, NSYNC. All right, let's see. We did business like hell. Dizzy, are you going to be, are you able to chat? I don't have long to chat, but are you able to chat? I don't know if you're going to be around, Dizzy, but are you able to chat at, I'm going to be wrapping up at 7 o'clock. Are you able to chat for like 5-10 minutes I would only have to like 7:05. Well, no, a little bit more than that. Like maybe 10 minutes is all I would have. Would you be able to talk for about 10 minutes after the cast or no? If you can, it's fine. But I'm just curious because I really would like to get this fixed. Backstreet Boys. Backstreet's back. All right. What is going on with my son? Oh my God, we're back again. Okay. Thank you, Dizzy, so much. Cool. Thank you. All right. All right. And you did it. Cast-offs. You could stop if you wanted, but you don't. Or maybe you don't care. I mean, when you've made statistics of your enemies, faceless foes whose existence you can erase without qualm, you're not just hurting them. You're hurting yourself, the way you see the world. Soon everything is conflict and pain. Soon you realize that your webcam in the process of doing it got shifted over too far. And that's when you have to fix it. All right, hang on a second. That's, I think, a little bit better. Lovely. Okay. Let's see. All that matters is your success. And you've killed yourself and you don't even know it. It ruins everything. Everyone it touches. Alright. So that just basically gave me information.
Go.
Go! Interesting. So I can't get down there any other way. Awesome. Alright.
All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Got another one of those that'll get us up there, theoretically.
Fine.
Whoa! We got any cat fans in the audience? Symbol is painted everywhere, so much so that the air is thick with a coppery scent of blood, both dry and fresh. Glowing liquid seeps out from cracks deeper than the central hill. We got any cat fans? Check that out. Yeah, not the six-eyed type.
It's a plan.
Blob of 3. This corpulent mass is almost too large, but slowly you realize it is 3 beings somehow melded together into one. A fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. Oh god, really? I'm a dog fan also, X5. I agree with you. I am a dog fan. Let's see. A fleshy jumble of 3 faces on a single head protruding from a shapeless mass of a torso. 2 of the faces track your approach while the third mutters under its breath. When it speaks, the 3 voices blend into one buzzing, angry harmony. Tell us who you are. Tell us what you want. Do you also seek the mask? Did you climb the leaning obelisk here in the valley, held aloft by Saint Proverbius? Slimy, jolly, and wizened, hate them, cold and red. Poof. Ill. So ill. What are you? An astute question. Oh, very nice, X5. We are... okay, sleep well, big boss. Always a pleasure. We are 3. A glaive, a jack, a nano, missing but 1. We require a 4th. We seek knowledge here in the valley. We pursue the wisdom of the ancients in this fallen age. We assess. We judge. But humanity is on the decline. It is only through purity and adherence to the old ways that we achieve enlightenment. When you say you need a 4th, what do you mean? A 4th to join us, to complete us, to square our circle. Someone to sing to us, to unite us. Suggest someone. Oh yeah, I'm going to suggest someone to be part of your disaster. If you give them my name, I'll light everything in this valley on fire. That's a promise. I don't think anyone should join you. What? What is wrong with us? We are perfect, pure, Old guard of old ways, protectors of the truth, but respect you for speaking mind. Need one who is similar to us, who knows songs of power. There are none like us. None. We are pure. Pure? What the flip is this? How did you come to be this way? We climbed the learning obelisk to seek the mask of Prosper. Everyone should climb the obelisk. We entered the portal. We emerged on the other side as you see us. A maze surrounded us over which the painful shadow of a deity was cast. It was a labyrinth of straight corridors and right angles, full of traps, puzzles, and monsters. At last we emerged and now dream of the way to return to optimize our experience. Yeah, exactly, Dizzy. Yeah. Oh, man. Tell me about this mask. The Mask of Prosper, the true sight. A treasure for the knowledgeable, a useless scrap for those who will not see. We know its truth and its secrets are ours. Not for the weak, not for the stupid. What can you tell me about the area? Place of ancient knowledge, a place to rest, recover, think, discuss. The memorialists have helped to locate and understand, but they are being supplanted by the new. Hate new. The new leave us alone. They fear Blob of Three. As should all. We are prestigious. Yeah, that's why they ignore you. Do you want me to undo what has happened to you or put you out of your misery? Answer will be no. No. We are happy this way. Happy. The conjoined faces look anything but happy, and its straining limbs are practically tearing it apart, but the blob's tone suggests you're an idiot for wanting to help. This form is perfect. They're like the forms of the ancients. Need only a fourth to complete us. But where? You are fools! You've lost the way! The three faces begin to bicker and squabble in an incomprehensible tongue, and one of them bites into the blob's exposed flesh. The other two howl in rage and begin gnashing and howling, occasionally snapping bloody chunks out of their own flesh, creating wounds that heal as soon as they appear. Okay, this is really disturbing.
One moment, and it's done.
Yes.
That is a column, precious. Yeah, exactly.
All right.
All right, Black Cat. Rising before you is a tall and tapering obelisk, crowned with a carved stone head of some elegant, sharp-eyed animal with 6 eyes. Wrapping around the obelisk are bands of engraved hieroglyphs. Okay, let's examine the stone head. Carved head mounted on top of the obelisk stares out of the distance, its eyes empty and mournful. How about the hieroglyphs? Except for the 4 stylized depictions of the same sharp-eared animal that tops the obelisk, the pictographs make no sense to you. How about the base? The base of the obelisk is smooth, untouched by any weathering or other troubles that seem to have eroded much of the other ruins in this place. It sits in a pool of acrid liquid. The liquid smells foul and caustic, but the obelisk appears undamaged. It's unclear how much more of the obelisk lies beneath the pool. Okay. Statue's head seems to move until its eyes stare directly into yours. They are still mournful but no longer empty. A faint beckoning glimmer shines within. You turn to your companions, but they don't seem to notice that anything strange has happened. This is probably a bad idea, but I'm going to look into their eyes. A wave of dizziness overcomes you as you gaze into the statue's eyes. These eyes! Du-du-du-du-du. You are no longer facing the obelisk. Indeed, you are no longer human. Yeah, the editing was amazing. I agree. In that scene with Gollum, sort of talking to himself, yeah. The tail of the dead lock in your mouth drags along the ground as you creep through the dense foliage to the temple. You peek out through the Gondu fronds and see the old monk Nimu shucking howpods on the weathered steps. You pad out to greet him, and he grins toothlessly at the sight of you. There she is. There's my brave hunter, and with a gift. How thoughtful. You drop the lock at his feet and arch your back as he strokes your fur and adjusts your collar. But your work isn't done, sweet girl. There's locks aplenty in the grain room. Bring me a dozen more before I finish these hows, and I'll give you your favorite nibble. A dozen locks is nothing to a hunter of your skill. You pad off to the granary, ready for battle. The obelisk reappears, and you realize your joy was remembered only. Show me anything else? You watch from the undergrowth, terrified, as the followers of the bird god pull down the stone statues of the great ones and chase the monks from the burning temple. Heathen! Cries their leader. Worshippers of false gods! Kill them all! A birdman sees you. He shrieks. A satyr! We must kill it! The monks hide their souls in the little beasts. If we don't wipe them all out, the monks will return as strong as ever. You turn and bound into the jungle as a mob of angry men crash in after you, and the obelisk fills your vision again. A saturi, or satyral. So that's what this creature is called. Alright, what else you got? You watch from a low branch as grave robbers tear up the stones of the ruined temple's nave, looking for the old catacombs. Their leader sits on the stone head of a fallen statue, patting it and stroking its pointed ears. He laughs. This is what the old monks worship before the Gerudi wiped them out. The prince of the Seterl. They say his big ears hear all the secrets ever whispered within earshot of any of those six-eyed pests. You hiss at the insult. He looks up. Hoy, there's one now. Hasn't been a month alive around here to tame a Centurl in 100 years. Come here, little one. Let me see that jeweled collar of yours, won't you? Looks like lovely workmanship. You give him a disdainful look and climb further up the tree as the obelisk returns. Okay. You watch from under a gandu bush as a father and mother drop double armloads of springwood in the middle of the temple ruins, then sit and mop their brows as their 3 children begin stripping the stalks of their bark. Oh, really, Dizzy? Well, he would know. The guy's an expert. That's pretty cool, man. Plenty to build without here, at least, says the father. And we'll need all we can get, says the mother. Without a perimeter fence to keep out the balls and the skullhounds, we'd be dead in a week. What about the locks? One of the children cries. The father laughs. Pray to Guni, daughter. Maybe he'll send one of his servants for us. He's the prince of all Setrol, you know. Your ears pick up. At last you're wanted. It's time to hunt. The eyes of the statue fade, though they do not go out entirely, as though it has divested itself of a responsibility. Why it did so remains a mystery. Okay. Stone head. Hieroglyphs. Interesting.
All right. It's a plan.
The hell is that?
All right.
This 5-meter-long black slab of basalt, or perhaps obsidian, has been smoothed by age. A stone statue holds the slab at angle, lifting it to the sky, or he is lowering it. It's impossible to determine whether the incline is real or if you imagine it. At the top end, you can see a window into another reality, a portal wide enough to step through. On the other side is what looks like a harsh and angular world. Okay. What's the statue look like? It's a gray statue of a robed man with an ornate warhammer strapped to his back, holding the obelisk aloft or setting it down gently with his muscular arms. He exudes a fierce determination, as if he were using every quantum of energy in raising or lowering the great slab. A sign has been added to his back, a childish scrawl that reads, "The Saint of Proverbs." You can hear something, the faint whisper of human thought. You can't make out what it's saying, but it feels like it's coming from the statue itself. Let's see. Speak to the statue. Are you raising the slab or lowering it? Statue does not answer you. Perhaps it can answer you. Slamming the slab. Seems perfectly smooth. Some loving hand has polished it to a mirror gloss, though distortions beneath its surface change your appearance with every slight movement. As you lean in to examine it, your reflection appears unspeakably beautiful. A few centimeters closer and it becomes a shrieking horror. This close, you can feel a dense psychic weight around the obelisk, as if a culture's hopes and expectations had been packed into a single solid form. The thought of meeting those expectations and ascending the incline is daunting. Okay, I'm going to climb that slope in a minute. Yeah, in fact, the reason that Tolkien, as you may know, the reason that Tolkien started writing Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit was, especially Lord of the Rings, though, was that he wanted a world to basically justify the language that he was writing for it. Because he was writing all these languages and he wanted to figure out a way to do that in some kind of larger story. And so that was the impact there. And yes, one of the biggest impacts on the earlier stuff was Anglo-Saxon myths like Beowulf and things like that. But the Nordic myths had an enormous influence on him as well, no question. And by the way, for those of you who missed this announcement, Cubicle 7 that makes the Adventures of Middle-earth 5th edition game, which is basically Tolkien, but with D&D 5th edition rules. They did a brilliant job with it. Cubicle 7 also did Lone Wolf Adventures. They also did the Doctor Who role-playing game. So they are officially sponsoring a new Tolkien campaign on my channel, which is going to be happening twice a week, Tuesdays, right before this show. Shut the hell up. Thank you. Twice a week, or twice a month, and it's going to be 12 to 3 with 4 awesome cast members, so you definitely should check it out if you like some Tolkien in your day. There you go, Dizzy, right. I'm sure that's why. That's right, Jedi. The monster part of the Lord of the Rings D&D is in the Lore Master's Guide. So there's actually a bestiary in the Lore Master's Guide.
Were you ever as young as me?
Well, no, but my mouth was just as sharp.
Silk ribbons and banners flap softly against stone. These decorations are recent, perhaps several years old, but like everything else here, they've been forgotten. Alright, I got more cultists down there. I gotta go up here and deal with these people. I got that going on. I got this other portal, which is gonna bring me up here, so I got a lot of stuff. So, let's take it one by one. Let's deal with this first. Yep. Alright. The slab is nearly frictionless, and you find it almost impossible to gain any sort of traction. But as you press your fingers into its surface, you can feel it melting slightly at your touch. You pull yourself slowly upward on your belly, inch by inch, your fingers beginning to bleed. You have just reached the 3-meter mark when the glistening rock begins to shake. You release your grip and slide to the ground, all your progress lost in a moment. A voice cries out in mortal terror, and the menhir crashes to the ground with a thunderous roar. A great plume of dust rises in the air. Whoops! Nobody saw that. I was right next to it, and the thing fell. When I was looking over, I was just looking over here to the left, and then all of a sudden, smash! Like, I just, you know. I'm waiting for the guy to show up, be like, you break it, you buy it, you know, that kind of thing. When the dust settles, the portal has vanished. You can barely make out the fingers of the hand protruding from beneath the rock, holding a scrap of gray fabric that looks almost like a mask. The fingers twitch once, twice, and are still. A trickle of dark fluid dribbles out in a thin stream. It is gray, the color of stone, leached of life. It has no other distinguishing characteristics. God damn it, Jedi. None that is but the strip of gray fabric dangling from the fingertips. It is a mask of strange design with lenses over the eye holes. What is this? As you pick up the mask, its ashen gazes fixes on you. The gray fabric feels like flesh, a slab of wet meat draped across your fingers. A whisper caresses your mind. Prosper. You feel an unconscious revulsion, and then you turn away from the fallen slab. This must be the mask the repugnant blob sought. Alright, well. I mean, here, blob of 3. I'm gonna give you this since this thing's already dead, so it's fine. It wasn't me. You climbed Obelisk, crushed St. Proverbius, though you knew he lived. No matter. This future is built on blood and rage. You fell. What did you learn from this experience? I found this mask. The mask. The mask of Prosper. The face that never remembered. Give it to us. Give. What will you give me for it? You did not know Prosper. You didn't appreciate him like we did. We will give you nothing. Nothing. In that case, I'll keep it. We don't want it anyway. Anything you touch is tainted. Garbage. Ah, what else do you want from us, purveyor of schist?
I'm ready to learn something new.
Have this mask. The blob reaches out with its deformed arms and accepts the mask from you. The 3 faces immediately start trying to control the creature's arms so that they can place the mask on one of their other faces, and they lose interest in you for the moment. What's up, Butt Spikes? I saw the portal, but it vanished when the obelisk fell. Yes, and from this we all understand that we cannot attain that height again. The portal exists only in our memories. Alright. Let's get us some advancement. Okay. And then for you... Oh my god, we're back again. Okay.
Let's go all. You and me.
Alright, time to chat with the
Let's go
cultists.
all.
Wait, isn't that what's-her-face? That has the same effect as what's-her-face. Calistige? Calistiga? What's up, Colo? Distracted. Disturbed? This cultist mutters a reply to a question you did not hear. He barks a laugh to a quip that was not told. Indeed, he seems only loosely aware of anyone else's presence. He brings a cleaver down just inches from the other's hand. Perfect. Beautiful. Free in every world. Will you watch what you're doing? You nearly severed my arm instead of his. Sorry. Didn't catch that. Too much going on. Oh yeah, Dizzy. The man, big, raw-boned, and unsettlingly unfocused, steps over the corpse they've been hacking up and raises his butcher knife. You again. And without that crazy redhead this time. Good, you haven't got a chance without her. Have we met before? Fought you 3 times so far walking through here. Twice that redhead did for me, but I still put my knife in your neck in every stream. Whichever way it goes, you're done. Which redhead are you talking about? What redhead? The one like me. Stopped 2 of my lines so far. But she's not in this one, is she? Calistige, that was her name. You can see into other realities? I see everywhere, meatbag. Everywhere. I don't want to fight you. And you shouldn't have stumbled past me. This is tiresome. Are you going to keep yapping at us, or are you going to put that blade to use? Colo? Do I survive this? It's easy for you, but me? I've only got the 1 life. Fine, fine, we'll let them go. But this valley is the turret of the Children of the Endless Gate. You pass here at our pleasure. Thanks, Colo. Yeah, thanks, Colo. Just stay out of our way.
Yes.
Oh my god. All of a sudden, I'm in my head is the, oh my god, we're back again. God damn it.
On it. Who's going to stop us now? All right.
A tall wire and metal frame stands on top of a synth base. The base contains dozens of carvings in a foreign script. The frame has been cunningly devised from strange materials, and within it colored lights curl and intersect like smoke, dancing in a wavering helix. The lights occasionally combine to create human figures, which dissolve in a second or two without ever resolving into distinct features. This was the traditional memorial place for our village. The carvings, I mean. The contraption, I built it. I don't even know if all these people are dead, but I built it for them anyway. Her gaze snaps to him, locked on him, studying his face, but she says nothing. He made this for them. Will anyone ever memorialize us? What happened to them? An accident? A terrible accident. What kind of accident? Someone found the device. You don't want to... Am I emotional? Yeah, yeah. Everybody. Someone found a device. A frame, really. Or a weapon. Someone activated it. And then my people were gone. Someone. I've been looking for my people ever since. Following the trails I could find. Trying to find any clues I could find about the frame, who made it, what it's for. But I couldn't dig up anything. And I couldn't find the traveler who caused the device to be activated. Stop it. What you just have to do you just have to do the motions. Am I emotional? Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, we're back again. Problem is that traveler is hard to find, slippery. People know about him, but they don't know where to find him. Maybe we'll have more luck in Milavest. Maybe then I'll get some answers. You must know a lot about the changing god. I appreciate your help getting there. Come on, we've spent enough time here. So tell me, you think anyone will mourn our deaths? All around us, ordinary humans commemorating their dead, marking down the legacy of the fallen, expressions of love and respect. But who will do that for us? No one. I mean, it's not like we've got anyone to commemorate either. What about the villagers from Colm? I think about them every day. I see their faces, hear their laughter, remember Ning's words to me. But they're dead now. Their children are scattered. The people are divided, leaderless. Who would come here to commemorate them? Just me. Who would maintain a memorial? Just me. When I'm dead, who would even know when that memorial was for? What's the point? It's not about them, it's about you. Let people know that someone cared, that you cared. No point. Come on. Okay. Get one okay. Sup, Phoenix? Man looks nice enough and seems unassuming at best, but, and this is the strangest feeling, it's almost as if he doesn't exist. As you try to focus on him, a sense of dread builds in you. You're not afraid exactly, but you know you aren't safe. You'll want my name. It's been long since I spoke it. Let's see. How about you call me Fens? Oh no, that's terrible. Hang on. Finks. Foines. Phoenix? Yes, that's it. Phoenix. Call me Phoenix. You've come here. Hand on the shoulder. Perhaps you obey the call of the tombs and give me what I need. I tell you I need answers. Someone gave me a note. It said to come here and I would find my answers. I would find the truth, but I can't understand this note. What use is power if I cannot understand? What is the purpose of my power if I cannot see? Ask me, I don't know. Does he know? Of course not, but perhaps his questions can lead us both to knowledge. Can I see the note? I might be able to shed some light on it. Ask me of wisdom and I may grant it to you.
I'll remember that.
If you can show me that you know, then I will share my knowledge with you. So, let us talk. You will ask me your questions, and with them, you will share your insights. Spawn more overlords. Ask our questions. You don't want our answers, do you? I want your wisdom. Why don't you remember your name? Names are a construct of consciousness, but is there some fundamental importance to them? Or to consciousness itself? If so, is life also important if it has no consciousness? How would it know? Oh God. Alright. Alright people, buckle up. It's philosophy puzzle time. Let's do it. Names are a construct of consciousness, but is there some fundamental importance to them, or to consciousness itself? Is life also important if it has no consciousness? How would it know? Yes, I believe there is meaning to our lives. Actually, wait. Isn't consciousness necessary to assign importance or other values? A fair counter. From what I've seen, life continues in many places, in many worlds, and consciousness has mediated itself out of existence in some species. I cannot say if it is importance. I cannot say. Perhaps we might. Yeah, exactly. Are you from this world? It is familiar to me. The lines, the curves, the structures. But it is like a poor sketch of the world I remember. I see its textures, its strokes, and I see the medium on which it is drawn. But I can lift the sketch and see the truth beneath it. I do not know my origins. What are you doing here? I seek. I was given a note, a strange note, a note that told me to come here and that I would find the answers I need. Something about him pulses an almost subsonic beat and you stagger slightly. Anger creases his brow. I hold it and I study it. I read it, yet I do not understand it. So how do I learn it? Have you studied it in different spectra? I had not considered that. But no, it is no use. Nothing changes. Can I see the note that brought you here? You have the mind of a seeker, not merely an explorer. Yes, you may take the note. Return if you are able to find my answer. All right. Ragged Synth Square is engraved with scrawls and symbols, presumably some kind of writing, but it's mostly unfamiliar to you. Phoenix says the note told him to come to the Valley of Dead Heroes and that he would find the answers he needs. He gave it to you because he has found no answers, but he has not so far. Because he has found no answers, but he has not so far? I think you could just redo that with, he gave it to you because he's found no answers so far. That would have been just fine. He hopes you'll find them in his place. Although the engraved symbols are mostly incomprehensible, 4 numbers are written in the truth, 1 on each line of text. 1, 5, 3, and 5. Could be syllables for a poem. If you have any trouble from the cultists here. Trouble? Not for me. They have come for me many times. They do not leave. The fact that he stands in the middle of the valley, alone and safe, supports his story. You see no sign of any struggle, however. Okay, tell me about yourself. I have decided. My name is Phoenix. I am a seeker? Exactly, Dragon. Is that how one would say it? Yes, I am a seeker. It is wisdom. Wisdom I seek. All the things I've found. The structure of the world is not as you imagine. What you see and feel is nothing more than the varied interactions of fundamental forces that apply rules to subsequent large pieces. Those pieces become what we call matter, what we call meat, what we call reality. So he can change his form. Enlightenment comes from within. Or does it come from without? Can't it come both from within and without? It can. Find answers within, let another show you the path. Both lead to surprising destinations if you let them. Okay. Close their gate into the necropolis. Alright, I gotta decipher Phoenix's note. And pretty much. Alright, yes. And this over here is going to lead me to the thing up there. There's a tear in space here, like the patch of darkness near the entrance to the valley. A patch of white light hangs in the air like glare bouncing off a window, except there is no window. Within the light you see a play of shadows like those on a wall opposite a door when someone walks past outside, except there is no wall. But there might be a door. There is certainly a breeze coming from inside the shimmer, and echoes of sounds you are not hearing around you. You step through, you might go anywhere or maybe nowhere. It could be just a trick of the light. Okay, I'm going to examine this more closely even though I know where it is. Patch of light seems to follow you as you walk around it, always facing you. Doesn't look like much, just a trick of the light, watching you the way it moves and puzzles you. Feels alive, yeah. This is the transport beam, basically. You step into the glare and it envelops you, blinding you, then dissolves you into twinkling motes drifting in a spear of light. The light carries you through cold darkness, weightless, bodiless, selfless, toward another patch of glare. Then suddenly, you are somewhere else. Yep. Cool.
Ready.
Alright. Good.
You bet. You bet.
There's a lot going on here. Okay. Let's try this. This small alcove is about the size of a small hovel. Cool music. Its sole virtue is that it is a shelter from the wind and from the sightlines of casual passersby. The runes carved above its entrance fill your mind with a wordless message of catastrophic danger. The dust inside the alcove is undisturbed apart from a set of footprints that circles the interior. Yeah, that's true, Dustcaldy. I agree with you. That's an interesting idea. That would be a cool quest. Terrifying, but cool. Their owner appears to have curled up in a corner under a ledge containing a small ebony box. The dust on that ledge has also been disturbed. Someone removed something long and thin like a blade from this place. In its place is a crudely carved herder's crook. Someone slept here, didn't they? They wanted to hide, but they didn't know how to hide. I hope they found someplace better to go. This doesn't feel like a place to stay. It feels like hunger. Let's go. I don't like this place. Casually reach out to take the crook. A white-hot bolt of energy strikes your hand like a snake. There's no pain, but your entire arm goes momentarily numb. The energy races up through you, passing across your mind and out your other arm to merge back into the unassuming crook. You hear the echoes of voices too soft to hear, leaving you only with the sense of what was said. Not yours. That is the message they burn into your mind with rapidly fading letters. Stay away. You blink the spots out of your eyes. If this crook is not yours, then it must belong to someone. Maybe you'd have better luck here if you returned to the owner. How about the ebony box? There's no sign of what this empty box once held, but you do notice a carving of an eye at the bottom of the box with a pupil made of 2 crimson concentric rings. If you squint, you can just make out a human figure at the center of the eye holding a sword in the air. Alright. So I gotta go talk to him. Wherever he is.
One moment, and it's done.
What's up, Tantalum? An old, battered-looking swordsman in dull gray armor stands here, whistling tunelessly. His hands hover near the hilt of his well-used sword. Scars wreathe his face, and what you took for a helmet reveals itself to be a dome of metal grafted to him. He smiles as you approach. How do, stranger? I'm Tantalum. You know tantalum? It's a metal, sticks to flesh. Surgeons say they had to cut a chunk of my brain out, too. So I lost my name and my history, and, well, I took the name of the stuff that saved me. Anyway, I needed to remember myself. It's said that the necropolis can give anyone what they seek. Knowledge, riches, fame, if you search hard enough. And I searched, and I found. Now I'm here to help others find their answers. You look like you're searching for answers, too. There are hundreds, thousands of tombs in the necropolis. Legend says if you read them, learn from them, then you'll find the answers you seek. I promise it'll be worth your while. You'll certainly find some answers, friend, even if they're not what you seek. Alright, I'll check it out. Fantastic! And if you find anything you want to trade, let me know. What is this tantalum metal, anyway? It's one of the only metals that adheres to living flesh. Rare people like me, maybe only me, can turn that property on and off with the power of a thought. That's why I've got this built-in helmet now, and it lets me control my blades. That'd be pretty awesome. I got you. What's up, Zituar? And I understand, man. This metal. You know where I can get some? No idea. My sword, for instance. Nice. His sword is not, like, anchored on a belt. They're just anchored to his flesh. If I want this sword, I need but think on it, and it's in my hands. Likewise for the knives. And then, and this is the part I like, when I've buried him in an enemy, the blades are stuck there till I say it's time for him to go. Good thing this metal is bonded to respond only to me. If someone else could control it, why, I don't know what I'd do. Honestly, I'd be running away holding this on. Can always find more swords, but I've only got one brain, at least as far as I can tell. Some folks have tried to take this stuff from me to make it work for themselves. That didn't go well for them. What can you tell me about the area? The whole place, this valley. It's been here for who knows how long. Someone came through and cleaned out all the life from the valley, and they made sure that nothing would ever grow up here again. Based on the bodies, I'm guessing the cultists don't bother you much. They've tried a couple times. Once they even came to my tent at night and tried to cut my throat with my own blades. Idiots. My knaves are made of tantalum and stuck to my flesh, and the cultists woke me. If they'd used the tools they brought, like normal murderers would, instead of being impressed by mine, I'd be dead now. As you can see, I'm not, and the situation's markedly different for them, too. Why are you standing around here? Waiting for any passers-by that are seeking truth like I was? I found my answer. I consider it my duty to help others find theirs. You're just asking me to explore the tombs as a way to stock your little trading post? If I weren't so good-hearted, I'd be offended. I mean, really. The trade is a benefit, I'll grant, but the real joy is watching travelers find their truths out here. The truth. Only more people realized it sooner. You have to trade. Oh, you do have stuff to trade. Alright, well I got stuff to trade also. Like, for instance... Not those things. Oh, that's right. I gotta put those things on. I forgot about that. Barrel of Indomitability. Micro Mesh. Light Armor. Synth Breastplate. -3 to might, -3 to speed. That's... no. Exuvia. Ooh, look at that. +1 to my intellect pool. This form-fitting biological armor is very light and hardly restricts the wearer's movement at all. The modeled carapace appears different at each viewing, varying in color, pattern, and even texture when touched. Occasionally, its appearance seems to shift subtly in a disconcerting manner. This sense of unease grows if the armor is observed for long stretches of time. When worn, the armor emits a dissonant hum at the edge of human hearing. It vanishes if the wearer focuses upon it, but it returns when their attention wanders. That's pretty useful. Wow, okay, there's some good stuff here. Definitely some good stuff. Alright, first of all, this. Yes. Indeed I shall buy. I would rather not be walking around looking like I'm an insect, but... okay. Wait, I thought there was another... oh, this is what I was looking at. Yeah, look at this thing. Quick Ice Axe. Oh, wait. Is that what I have equipped? Never mind. I have that equipped. Hee hee. Never mind. Reactive Plate. Wow. Okay, but that's only usable by me, and that's too slow and whatever, but... Thunder Cannon! Thunder. Thunder. Thunder! Thunder Cannon! Alright. Oh! Okay, that's pretty badass. Yes. I will buy. I will sell.
Good balance.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Thunder Cannon!
Okay, I guess I can use this.
Yes, you can. No, don't cause any problems. Oh, I can't. That's too bad.
Okay, I guess I can use this.
Ah, yes. And then for you, I would like you to use Shield of the Centaural Prince, which is going to build up your evasion. Let's sell this. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Thunder, Aileron Lightning. Haha. Someone is excited about it. What's up, Raginator? Congratulations. That's pretty awesome, man. Kilgore, I think, does that with his TV. Kilgore does stuff with the projector things. What am I not proficient in? I'm not proficient in the use of this cannon. Still, though. It's a thunder cannon. Okay. Alright, I'm going to ask him one thing about the tomb, but before I do that... Gonna connect those two together. I'm going to save before I use this because I'm not 100% sure. Examine Arif. Okay, so I can't use it until... Alright, good. I want to make sure. Wonderful. Alright, lovely. So, now I can ask you one more question, which is... You know about the tombs. You've been seeking the secrets of the valley? This better be worth the trouble. I promise enlightenment, friend. I haven't read any tombs yet. Ah, I remember when I was just starting out, too. Bright-eyed, hopeful. You have a lot to look forward to. I'm looking for a specific tomb. Okay, that's good to know, though, Duskalti. I didn't realize that. It would be nice, though, if they actually said on the item that it's not accessible to nanos. That would be really useful, it seems to me, but... Friend, I don't really keep track of most of the tombs, and like I may have said before, my memory isn't what it used to be. But let me guarantee this. You explore these tombs, you're bound to find what you need. Right, farewell.
All right.
Cool. I'll take that.
Yes.
Yes. Huge crystal floats in front of you, seemingly unaffected by the wind that washes through the valley. Within, red and blue patterns lazily cycle and twist. The crystal hums softly, almost invitingly. It has been infused with tidal energy. Its colors are emblematic, and you can feel the tendrils of force that coil from it, stretching towards some distant, unknown destination. Examine the crystal. The crystal swirls madly, and your mind is pulled back into memory, but not your own. This is a stranger's life. A life of torment. A lifelong torment. From his first conscious moment, he's been surrounded by monsters, a sacrifice to the unseen. A hair's thickness from consensus reality, horrors crawl and gibber, and he must howl with them or be devoured. When at last he can open a door, When at last he can open a door to the world of sanity to escape this endless pain, he does, and he steps through into an abattoir. Robed and hooded cultists devour the dead, and they revere him for the journey he's undertaken. In their adulation, they strive to follow his path, wallowing in their own shame and agony, an endless burlesque of horror they hope will end in transcendence. He flees from them, from a darker menace inside him, but they follow inescapably, his children. No matter where he hides, they linger on the other side of the door, awaiting a new revelation, making bloody offerings of themselves. Then one brings a different sort of offering. A dripping charnel sack that spills out a girl. Choi, the man calls her. Still alive, just long enough to look at him with pleading eyes before she's gutted. For you, the man says. He flees into a hellscape, into madness, but they follow him everywhere, grinning, bloody, adoring children. Lovelust is? Okay, because she's not on the schedule, Dizzy, so the person who's on the schedule, I didn't see her on the schedule. Like, the next one was Miss Psyche tomorrow morning. Because I thought it was supposed to be Matt, and then I didn't see him on there, but I didn't see anybody else either, so I do not know.
Making a note.
Then the crystal swirls before you again, and the memory fades. But something clings behind like rancid grease. The horror of what was done to the girl Choi hangs on you, your memory now as much as it was the man's, and his own suffering lingers too. The cultists who beset him seem little different from those who now haunt and harrow the valley. Perhaps by unraveling this crystal's tangled skein, you will learn some of their secrets. Let's examine it again. Choi. Choi! So, severed child. Ask around about Choi. Time to ask about Bok Choy. You, sir, know you anything of Bok Choy?
Doing it now.
Something else? You have nothing to tell me? So never mind. Oh my god, Bok Choy again.
Consider it
Bok
done.
Choy, Bok Choy.
Yes. Let's do it.
Do you anything know about Bok Choy? Never mind. Blobba 3, do you know anything about bok choy?
Who's going to stop us now?
You don't know anything.
Sure.
Do you know anything about bok choy? Bok choy, you know anything? Bok choy?
It's a plan.
Okay. Let's find out if they know anything about bok choy. Oh my god, bok
right.
choy again. Do you know anything about bok choy? You know anything about a dead girl named Choi? No, I've never heard the name. God damn it. Do you know anything about a dead girl named Choi?
Updated my journal.
Choi? I remember that name. It was from a tomb in the necropolis, though I don't remember anything else about it. The name only stuck in my mind because of the strange way the tomb made me see it. I can't explain it. You'll have to see for yourself. Just remember to hold your breath. I remember I had joined one of the memorialists for her rounds that day. That particular marker was in tomb 4221. Cool. Have you thought about bok choy? Excuse me, sir. Have you heard the good news about bok choy? Can I show you anything about this? Oh, man. Hold your breath.
Done.
What if I can I heal up?
What? Thanks.
All right.
What? Ah, thanks. Really hope I find better looking armor. Okay. So.
Ready. All right.
Walk into the light. Zap. I am into the light.
Yes.
Alright. Let's do it. Time to leave the area. Whoa. Stunted and piebald with a large hairless head, this humanoid reminds you of a court jester, except that his wide violet eyes sparkle with cunning and intelligence, giving the impression that there is much going on inside his large dome. Who are you? You can't be here. Why did you come? Several people sit bound and beaten along the far wall, surrounded by corpses. At second glance, some of those bound may themselves be dead as well. The man steps closer, lowering his voice to a growl. Well, answer me. What's going on here? It's not what you think. We were just defending ourselves, trying to reclaim what small part of this world fate has seen fit to cede us. It never would have come to this if we'd only had someone to help us explain. We are worshippers, you see. There's a terminal down there that provides access to the tombs, but this memorialist has placed a whisper lock on it. Without the code, we cannot enter the tombs and join our Lord in affair and worship. She's rather narrow-sighted and doesn't see the value in what we do. If we regain our access to the gate, we can show her firsthand. It would be better to release them in Lord Innefair's presence, but any end is justified. Skist. We need access to the terminal if we want to reach Milavest. We need to get that whisper lock code. There must be some way we can solve this peaceably. The time for peaceable solutions is over. The gate awaits, and we must answer its call at any cost. Their lives are forfeit whether we have the code or not, but we must have it. Let's see. If you kill them all, how will you get the code then? You'll be lost forever. And if we don't follow through on our threats? No, they must know that we will kill them, code or not. If they all die, we'll find another way. She wouldn't have locked the terminal from her fellow memorialists. One of them will know something. Just let me talk to them. It won't cost you anything to try. You may be right. Alright, you have my permission to speak to the prisoners. If you can get the code from them, we can end this charade. tarry and more will die each day until either you or they give us what we need. The code is all we want after all. The rest of this does not become any of us. Hey, Undying Spite. Before I do that, let me examine things. These rocks appear to have been brought in from the outside and welded into place somehow, sealing this entrance. This material is springy to the touch but impossible to damage. You can make out only diffuse shadows beyond it.
All right.
This corpse is curled pitifully on its side as if anticipating another kick to the ribs. Their eyes are opened in horror at whatever happened to them. Whoever this person was in life, they're unrecognizable now. The combination of starvation, beatings, and torture has rendered all but their eyes unreadable. There's an indentation on the middle finger of their right hand that might once have borne a ring, but that too is gone. That was the corpse's eyes. Thank you. This middle-aged woman sits stoically, her hands bound, singular, in front of her legs. The sleeves of her robe have fallen from her wrists, and you catch sight of yellow and purple bruising above the lacerations from her tightly cinched bonds. Streams of tears have carved channels down her dust-covered face. She looks up at you, her eyes the color of the seas around Sagus. 2 more tears slip silently down her cheeks. She turns away from you. Has he come to save us? To end these pointless deaths? No, probably not. Why are you crying? Who are you? Do you know the passcode to the Whisper Lock? You are one of them. I will not speak to you nor give you the passcode. Even the clue, the name of the Sator Prince, is too much to give him. I am not one of them. I want to help you. Their leader is in the necropolis. If you give me the code, I can find a way to stop them. You seem a kind and just person. I believe you. But you must promise not to tell them the code, not for any reason. I promise. The code is Goonie. Farewell. What's up, Jenkins the Jinxed? Hello. This young man smiles up at you shyly, his left eye sealed shut by a combination of grime and blood. The rest of his body hasn't fared much better, and the cords around his wrists and ankles have rubbed his flesh raw. He sees you staring and shakes his head so hair falls over his ruined eye. Can I help you? He asks politely. Okay. You're bound and bruised and you ask if I need help? I mean, I know you're probably right, but couldn't you need help anyway? Maybe just a little bit of help? Not at the moment, thanks. I see. Well, if you ever need a helping hand, a helping pair of bound hands, I'll be right here. Just so you know. Who are you? I'm Jenkins. Jenkins the Jinxed. It wasn't my first choice of name, believe me. But I don't really mind it anymore. It's kind of apt. You see, I really like to help people, but I have a habit of getting lost. I'll camp down for the night with my party, and by morning they'll all be gone. It's a terrible curse, really it is. Udwag and Narve, the only people I never lost. Not for lack of trying. Don't worry, Narv, I'll never try to lose you. How did you get here? Well, we came across the wastes. The Veruxilian wastes, of course, not the Tempest wastes. Then Narv pushed Utwag down a sand dune, and he tumbled into this gravestone valley. Almost broke his neck. I'm glad he didn't, though. Still don't know why he pushed him. Maybe it was an accident. Then we ran into these memorialists who asked for our help. They wanted to lock the necropolis from these cultists. Of course I said yes, but well, we weren't so lucky. But at least we kept them out. Who are your companions? The red-haired one is Utwag Loss, our leader. He's been all over the world, you know. He's famous. The other fellow is Narv. He tries to hurt people, but it never turns out right. What? I don't hurt people. I like him. He thought I hadn't noticed. How stupid does he think I am? A little confused as to who all these people are. Alright. Narv the Blessed. This stout fellow has a cruel scowl and beady eyes. He's unkempt and dressed in clothes that don't quite fit. In a low, gruff voice, he seems to be muttering to himself about some plot or other going wrong. His hounds are bound and constantly working at the cords as if they have a life of their own. Name's Narv. Narv the Blessed, if you can believe that. Which I can't. Tell me about yourself. I'm an explorer and a villain. The worst villain you'll ever meet. And by that I mean that no matter what I try to pull, it somehow ends up helping people. Blessed indeed. How did you get here? It was all Utwag's fault. God's damn do-gooder can't help himself. We're on a quest, he calls it, for this fabled string or whatever. I figure it's my chance to off him once and for all. We came across this enormous broken hound, so I tossed a few rocks at it to get its attention. While Utwag wouldn't fight it or run, no. He calmed it down and left it alone. So I tried a second time, shoving Utwag down a mountainside when he got too close. As luck would have it, I lost my balance and fell down with him. Of course, idiot Jenkins follows us to help. That's how we got to this valley. When these memorialists asked for our help, we all saw an opportunity. Jenkins to help, Utwag to grow on his path or whatever, and me to finally do Utwag in. Then those cultists caught us before I could try anything. I tell you, nothing ever goes my way. Alright, who are your companions? The red-haired fellow, he's Utwag Loss. I've been trying to kill him for about 12 years now. And the young pup there is Jenkins the Jinxed. He'll want to help you. Don't let him. Okay, farewell. Good riddance. Alright, Utwag Loss. Let's save it first. Now Utwag Loss. This short, red-haired man has vivid green eyes that emit a mix of sadness, lost dreams, and hope. The stranger sizes you up, and for a second you feel true interest in your persona, but then he looks away, lost in his thoughts. A moment later, he turns back and smiles. This smile is like his eyes, full of shards of emotion, caution, cynicism, fear, and friendliness. His arms are tired, and he looks like he's been beat up pretty badly. I'm Utwag, by the way. Utwag Loss and leader of these sad sacks. Wish we could meet under better circumstances. I wonder why, by the way. Can you tell me about yourself? I'm an explorer and do-gooder. Self-proclaimed. I've been all over the world, had every occupation and hardship you could imagine. Why, I even had my luck stolen from me. And you know what I learned in all of that? You can do anything if you work for it. Anything. How did you get here? Let me tell you. We left the oasis some weeks ago, tracking a trail of deceit and fabled Numenera. We were hired to find something called a world string, a tiny contraption that can spin a web so fine it's all but invisible, but so strong it can slice the world in two if someone had the means and the mind for it. No idea if it actually exists, but that's how this all started. Well, there we were, out in the Verexilian waste, when we happened across a broken hound the size of a griffalo. Something had irritated it, so we decided to seek shelter and wait for nightfall to see if it might not range a little further from the route we wanted to take. I was looking for just such a place when something slammed into me and knocked me down to this valley. It was Narv trying to kill me again. I don't blame him, though. It's all for the best. Narv and Jenkins followed, of course, and we ran into these fine memorialists in a bit of trouble. Now, I'm never one to turn down a challenge or people in need. It's almost a curse, you might say. So, of course, we agreed to help them lock their necropolis. After that, well, you can see what happened after that. Who are your companions? That's Narv the Blessed. Meanest bastard this world has seen, except that he keeps messing it up somehow. That's the brush you're painting me with? Bah. And that's Jenkins the Jinxed. Always around to help, especially when you don't need it. Did you say you needed help, boss? No, friend. Or at least there's nothing you don't already know about. Okay. Don't you forget about me. I'll be alone, standing in this place. Tell me your troubles and doubts.
Oh, yes?
I didn't want to talk to you, Rin. Abandoned bowls, rotted fruit, incense, and other oddities fill the corridor. Tokens brought to honor the dead.
Go.
Okay. Shins, that's always a good sign.
It's a plan.
A Kandiru. devil is this? +1 damage per effort applied, max +8 on unarmed attacks, -1 in endurance, -1 in healing. I don't want her to take it on the chin either, so.
Yes.
Okay. More shins.
All right.
Yes.
More shins. Hasn't been too much trouble with money so far.
I'm going.
Here we go then.
Thousands of names scroll across the surface of this sphere. There's no indication of how they died, assuming that's what the names mean.
All right.
Jar is filled with ashes, more ashes than one human body could produce. This jar is warm to the touch and vibrating slightly. A susurrus of voices whispers from this jar every so often.
Fine.
Nice word.
Like a whisper.
Like a careless whisper, I'm never gonna go again. These kind of games have got no rhythm, though it's easy to pretend. I know you're not a fool. These lights, bending and refracting in upon themselves, must have been brought to honor someone important. The names have been worn away by time, however. Okay.
Fine.
Looks like the pyramid outside. A shimmering field obscures this pedestal. It seems to be emanating from a small device within the field. That must be the whisper lock. Also inside is a configuration of buttons surrounding a central dial, but with the whisper lock engaged, there's no way to reach them.
I'll remember.
Gunny.
that.
With a sigh, the shimmering field disintegrates into glimmering shards of light. The controls
Making
are
a
now
note.
accessible. Ha! Now we can get back to helping Lord Innifair. But first to release the prisoners. Motley nods. One of the cultists draws his blade, but instead of cutting their bonds, he puts it to the neck of the first prisoner in line he intends to kill. For our Lord and the gate. You can stop them. You can help. Why are you doing this? The spirit is encaged in flesh. We must release it for Lord Innifair. I thought you understood. This is what we do. Here we go. I'm going to pull this out, all the stops. I am more powerful than you, right? And your Lord Innifair. I command you to leave this necropolis, or I will release your spirits. God damn it. As you will it. Children, to me, we must protect Lord Innifair. Damn it. There's a lot of damage.
Let's go.
Yeah, Dizzy Plays leaves the necropolis. That's funny.
They never seem to run out. Who's next? Who's next?
Have a seat, bastard. Alright, Rin.
Right. Here I go.
Oh, really?
One moment, and it's done.
Oh, I could have warp dashed from there. Ah, darn it.
I'm going. Ha! I missed.
God damn it. This is 55%.
Next time.
Yep. Yep. Yep, you've been XCOM'd. Wait, actually, that's not a good idea.
No idea. Thanks.
Okay.
All right, Rin. You can do this.
%.
You want my help? Heal me.
Oh, Mr. Healer, huh? Really? All right.
Fine.
No. I want this guy taken out.
Who's going to stop us now?
Critical hit. Suck it, Motley. All right. All right. Let's heal you, shall we? Yes, a little bit. X5. The our vocalist part. She hasn't had a chance to look at the VODs beyond that, but the Friday thing that she was there for. Hopefully, she'll have a chance to see the others as well. Let's increase that a bit, shall we?
Something you might not expect.
Ow.
You should have run.
Alright, hobbled. Now get the hell away.
Go.
I do not want to miss.
Another life.
Nice. Didn't want to have to get into that fight, but it is what it is. Thank you, stranger. I cannot express my gratitude enough. The memorialists owe you a great debt. But though we are safer here now, the true danger still lies beneath. You must stop the children of the Endless Gate. Their gate is within the necropolis itself. Close it and you may free this valley. I will help you in any way that I can. Tell me about yourself. My true name is Talira Kaio. I was buried here long ago to await the coming of paradise. What's this paradise you speak of? My people are the memorialists, those who have discovered that this world is already filled with the dead. Though we walk and talk, we do not live. Such is the paradox we face. Ah, yes. Yeah, she likes watching a lot of that stuff, so for sure she will get a chance to see some more of it, X5. The only escape we have is to remember who we were. We've been placed here as a test to see if we as a people are deserving of the good that is our birthright. Together we must rediscover our graves and the true names we held in life. If all could do this, paradise awaits. But should all forget, the world will be cut off from paradise forever. The circle of rebirth will continue without purpose or end. This dismal non-life will be all we ever know. How do I find the cultist gate? I have learned a great deal while held hostage. These children have loose tongues, all the looser for their insanity. The gate and their Lord Inefair can be found in the tomb 1254. Go and stop them if you can. You tell me how the terminal works? Would that I knew. The necropolis is a vast underground complex, so vast that generations of memorialists have yet to explore it all. The terminal and those like it in the tombs themselves will take you where you want to go through its magic. All you must do is press the correct key sequence. The paradise is when everyone is eating bok choy, exactly. The ancient memorialists carved numbers into the terminal so that we could more easily record and return to any location we desired. The pedestals in the tombs themselves have additional features. Pressing the central button will return you here to the surface, while the button surrounding it will take you to an adjacent tomb in either direction. It's through this discovery that we've been able to explore the necropolis in a more orderly fashion. Ooh, I was going to ask about resting. I think I'm going to take advantage of that. Hold on one second. Okay. Can I rest here? It is relatively safe, yes. I will keep watch to ensure it. Just let me know whenever you wish to retire. Right now. I want to rest right now. Of course. I'll watch over you as you do. Rest!
You have no idea. Thanks.
Yep. Awesome! Everything is healed! Okay.
Yes. Now.
Getting in a lot more fights than I meant to. I could have intimidated them and gotten them out of here, but... Scrawled notes. Most of it's illegible. 4 numbers at the bottom. 5143. A lot of these things to get a hold of, obviously. An enormous cavern yawns beyond the platform. A seemingly infinite number of honeycomb rooms stretch out past where you can see. It also means that from a development point of view, you just have to do one room at a time. These lights, well, I already know about that. Okay. What say you, Jenkins the Jinxed? I almost didn't think I was going to make it out of there alive. You're a saint in human flesh. Alright. What about you, Narv the Blessed? I suppose I should be thankful, so thanks. Utwag's gonna blame me for this good turn of events, I know it. Thanks for your help, friend. We might have made it, but I'm glad we didn't have to take the chance. Alright. Okay, let's do it. Terminal time. Got about a half hour left. For those of you, by the way, who are new to the channel, welcome to GOG.com. My name is Arvin Eleron. I host this show, Pen and Pixels, every Tuesday from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern, focusing on story and narrative in video games. We are playing through Torment as we speak. If you haven't done so already, please follow the channel. Please consider also subscribing to the channel. Awesome emotes and support for the channel and all of us. And please check us out individually as well at our various channels. A lot of us have subscription systems, Patreons, things like that. So that would be lovely if you could do that as well. And I am going to check. Actually, let me see if that's not bad, actually. That's interesting. Now, see, this is weird because this has not desynced. That's interesting. It is not desynced. I don't know why. Because normally it does. It is a little dark, though. But this is not desynced at all, which is the first that's happened. I don't understand that at all. Okay, a little more exposure. There we go. Let's do it. I need chapstick? No, I need different lips. That's the way they look.
I'm ready.
5 buttons are arrayed around a central hex. An indecipherable display glows on the bottom where a 6th button would otherwise be. A number has been crudely carved into the surface of the 5 buttons. Remember the code of the first tomb? Now this time is the time to use it. Okay, wait a second. Let's get some numbers, shall we? I need to close that. 1254. 4221. Let's go there first. Yeah. I am aware, Dragon. Thank you. Thank you.
Of course.
4221. 4 2 2 1. Alright, where do we go? Very convenient. You just have a bunch of little mini rooms. Whoa, what?
Of course.
As you approach the rock pillar of the tomb, you feel subtle variations in air temperature and pressure around you. Tiny gusts and zephyrs push your eyes towards specific striations in the stone.
I'll remember that.
Okay. Remembering what you were told, you hold your breath. The gentle breezes control the flickering of your eyes toward unpredictable places on the wall, and the patterns and purposes of the gust quickly become clear. They have been training your eyes to see, and suddenly the truth comes clear in twisting letters made from distortions in the air itself. They're in an older version of the truth, but you can read them. It's an epitaph, and it bears the name Choi Kaisul. Yep. Kaisul. That was the surname of the memorialist you met when you entered the valley. Ronos Kaisul. But Ronos said he didn't know who that was. The person who said he knew Choi was Bertrax, like his companion. What the flip? The wind is not stopped. Its subtle pressures are trying to guide you to new patterns. All right. Words appear in the air, shivered into being by the subtle gusts, and you read the tale. Come you now to the tomb of Choi Kaisul. It stands empty, for her body is gone, wrested away by the foul children to feed their endless gate and its infernal master. We raise this marker to commemorate the life of our beloved, to swear undying vengeance upon the man who stole her from us. Choi Kaisul, your name will live forever. The shapes hover in the air a moment longer, and then the air ceases its restless flight. Letters disappear instantly, and all that remains is the sound of your breathing. Yeah, right? It's interesting, but what is her relationship to him, I wonder? Honor remains honor always. It is not for us to know what end is true. Only our actions in achieving it matter. Finally, my choice is made. Name plaque. Kafal, Perfect Avenger. Okay. Kafal, about honor. Seasons roll, turning, endlessly returning, but no summer twice. SWD. Oh, crap. Gotta write these things down. Gotta write them down. I don't know if these mean anything or not. SWD. Seasons. Spin wheel, keep on turning. Taking back where we do. Sweet home Alabama. Okay. Chevron. Well, but this lets you input codes. Yeah, I know, Hippo, but this is not the same thing. This I thought was actual name pads. Oh, they're just gravestones? Oh. Well, thanks. Alright. Good. Then I don't want to waste my time writing them down then. Alright, thank you. I appreciate that, Ben.
On it.
Console here is similar to the one in the Necropolis entrance. There are 5 buttons, each with a number carved into them. I know, right? Dizzy, it's amazing. The names are backers. Okay. That's fine. Those are not nearly as obnoxious as the way they are in Pillars. In Pillars, they actually got pretty obnoxious. 5 buttons, each with a number carved into them. The memorialists carved these numbers in every tomb, but there are additional buttons as well. 6 edge buttons surrounding the carved ones are lit. Each of these is an arrow scratched into it, pointing away from the center. Small hex is glowing as well. Let us press the center button to go back. Alright, I want to go find out what's going on with Ronos, because that guy's got some splaining to do.
All right.
I want him to explain what has happened.
You bet.
Let's go.
The rest can be ignored. Okay. Hey, Lovelust. So, Lovelust, you are doing the next, you're up next, Lovelust, are you? At the top of the hour? With, I think it's Crisis or something? Is that what I heard?
Fine.
I'll handle it.
Ronos. I found a tomb for a girl named Choi Kasul. Is she any relation to you? Choi Kasul? How interesting. No, sadly. I've never heard the name. I took my name not from Choi's marker, but from the hero I was in my true life, Ronos Kaisul. Here, let me give you the code to that tomb so you can visit yourself. Maybe Choi's name is in the histories, if you can access them, that is. 2413. Okay, thanks. I thought it was going to be some big revelation, like, why? Instead, no. Okay. All right, so hopefully the next command then got updated, because I didn't see you, so I didn't post it there, but
If
apparently
you're
there
sure
was
it's safe.
some mix-up, so cool. All right, interact. Let's walk in the light. Over here. I want to see if I can at least wrap up
sure
her
it's
little
safe.
side quest. What the flip is that? That was not there before. What the hell is this?
All right.
Yes.
The floating darkness before you looks a little like the dying minim you saw earlier, only this one is even more closed. It is furled tight like a black unblossomed rose. I gotcha. Okay, cool. As if it was looking for something to bring it to life. You have a sudden gag reflex. Something lurches in your chest. Something inside your body is reacting to the minim trying to get out. Examine the tear in space. Unpollinated flower. Let's expel whatever's trying to get out of my body. As soon as you open your mouth, a slick black cloud surges out, emptying your lungs of air almost completely. It's the black flecks from the dying minim. Oh, those black flecks from before. But they change somehow inside your body. The cloud floats toward the minim. Where it touches, the minim becomes more diffuse, less a clot and more a cloud, expanding, unfurling until its dark center is revealed, and within that center, a pulsing red light and a welcoming warmth that carries with it the echoes of sounds you are not hearing around you. Yet the black sludge continues to spew from your lungs. Jesus. You're unable to control it, retching out more and more, until finally, when it feels as though you're going to pass out, the last of it, I guess, slips past your tongue. You feel weaker, but at least it's out of your body now. What's up, Nonstop? Let's walk through the space. You step into the warm red darkness. It swallows you, turning you into smoke and sparks. You drift and swirl through a black void, floating toward another patch of flickering red, and then suddenly you're somewhere else. Oh. Alright.
All right.
Basically, lots of fast travel. Floating darkness is awakened. Where before it was dull and empty as an abandoned cave, now within its darkness you see a flickering red like the reflection of a fire. A comforting warmth comes from within, carrying with it the echoes of sounds you were not hearing around us. Let's do it. Alright, that's cool.
Ready.
Could have done without the 2 damage to the might pool, but it's alright though. Fortunately, I don't rely on that might pool particularly. So that's fine. Okay.
All right.
Let's get over to... Let's get back over here, and let's see if I can... I want to at least try to wrap up the Choi side quest here. It's kind of a neat concept, though. Wait, what's the number again? Two 413.
All right.
Someone else in the Necropolis. 2, 4, 1, 3. Alright, let's see where we go. Alright. As you touch the engravings on the epitaph, you feel familiar stirrings of air pushing your eyes towards the imperfections on the surface. As with Choi's tomb, the glyphs of the truth curl into shape as distortions of the air and form themselves into the name of the deceased, Ronos Kaisul, okay, which is what that guy took his name from. More words began to form, taking shape like clear smoke. Examine archives, display likenesses, leave. Let's examine archives first. Whisper of wind tickles your ear. Protection of archives enabled. Speak the code and read freely. You remember the name, your name will live forever, you say Choi. Reams of potential information begin spilling into the air, hidden behind these words. History of Ronos Kaisul, experiments, bequest, genealogy. Let's go with history. Lighted images appear on the currents of air, subtly distorted, and they show the progression of Ronos Kaisul's life. A voice, slightly modulated through the wind, speaks. Ronos Kaisul was born Ronos Genvin, an only child in a successful merchant family of Sagas Cliffs. His parents sought for him a position within the bureaucracy. He showed an early aptitude for the gentlemanly pursuits of governing, weaponcraft, and poisons. His interest took him elsewhere. He became fascinated by the secrets of the ancients and experimented with their lost knowledge under the tutelage of the Aeon priests. As one of their number, he sought the secrets of life and established himself in the field of medicine, focusing particularly on those damaged by the Numenera. He married Rinda Kaisul, taking her name for himself and their family. They had a daughter named Choi. She was the new center of Ronos' life until the children of the Endless Gate abducted and murdered her. Ronos vowed to avenge Choi's death and destroy the cult. The vendetta consumed him. Options now include a return to the main tree. You can hear reading about his experiments. You can continue with his vendetta. Let's keep going with the vendetta. With the loss of his daughter, Kaisul resigned from the Aeon priests and turned his full attention to destroying the cult. By then they had moved on, leaving him with no object for his revenge. Rinda Kaisul took her own life. Oh, jeez. Ronos redoubled his efforts, sold all that he possessed, and devoted himself to finding the children. In time, he hired an explorer named Marcissa to assist in this pursuit. Neither returned. Years after disappearing, Kaisul sent a letter to his oldest mentor. In it, Kaisul explained that he had found the children and their leader Inifer. He wrote, Inifer and the others are victims, not monsters. They are prisoners of pain, and Inifer is a slave to dark masters beyond our plane. Rather than seek vengeance, I will endeavor to set them free. Some months later, Kaisul's body was transmitted to that mentor as well. And many years after that, the body of his guide, Marcissa, was deposited in the Valley of Dead Heroes. Thus ends the story of Ronos Kaisul entombed herein. His wife, Rinda Kaisul, is interred in her family's ossuary in Sagas Cliffs. The marker of his daughter, Choi Kaisul, can be found at 4221. Marcissa's tomb lies at 1254. Impossible. The code for Marcissa's tomb is the same as that of the Endless Gate. Interesting. I wonder if Marcissa betrayed him somehow? Well, we'll find out. Experiments. Experiments included vivisection and necrosection on a variety of creatures across the Protectorate's biome. These led to investigations into cross-dimensional manifestations and psychoses, a field of study Kaisul abandoned upon the death of his daughter. Okay. What about bequests? While Scholar Kaisul liquidated the overwhelming majority of his estate shortly before his disappearance, certain family trusts and ongoing honorarian royalties remained. These were assigned to the Aeon priests of Sagas Cliffs until confirmation of Kaisul's death. At that time, his remaining property is escheated to the city. Genealogy? Scholar Kaisul-ne Genvin conducted extensive research into his background. He's uncovered trace evidence that he's distantly related to the slave families, though further research suggests his particular branch was excised 150 years prior to his birth. He married Rinda Kaisul and they produced one daughter named Choi. She perished, and with her passing, both the Kaisul and Genvin lines vanished. Wow. Interesting. Narcissa, 1254. Yeah, but what about the wife, though?
Yes. Now.
Oh, so it doesn't give me that. Alright, that's fine. Display likenesses. A host of images appear, a series of pictures collected from a lifetime of a handsome, driven man in various poses. As a baby learning to walk, as a child exploring the shell of some sort of crashed flying vessel, as a young man studiously dissecting a Numenera tool, as a father, as a widower. Through the course of years, his face grows more haggard and rugged, but he retains a youthful charm. He looks nothing like the Ronos Kaisul you encountered outside in the valley. Okay.
Of course
So-
we can help. Right, all?
Good to know. So, our last breaths in this tomb, alas we are free, our two hearts afloat in river of times, finally beyond this reality, our two souls released, like birds they fly away, finally together for all eternity. Read the name plaque. Jean-Francois and Elodie.
Yes. Now.
It was tough being me. Chance Tarka.
Yes.
Sigh. Alright. So, let's see if I can get this last tomb with Narcissa taken care of. Let's see. Oh wait, actually... don't even have to go back to the necropolis, I can just go right there. 1254.
Go.
One, 2, 5, 4. Okay.
Making a note.
Can you feel it? The power of the Endless Gate! It calls to us! It is time! Time for what? Power! Glory! Ecstasy! They call us now! Oh, God. Welp. Those guys had a good run. Most of these pods can be open on one side. Several contain humans, many of them Sega citizens by their clothing.
Let's go.
Children of the Endless Gate seem to have paid special attention to this tomb. Their scrawl covers it in bloody smears and gobbets. What little you can read seems to offer praise to the dead woman and to whatever it is the children worship. Beneath this desecration, however, is an old carved inscription. She stood watch between hope and horror and died beloved on her feet in service of we who suffer. Is signed Inaffair. Closely at the children's writing. Incomprehensible scratches and scrawls, all of them, and you can't make sense of them yet. Somehow they fill you with a vague and nameless horror. Oh, jeez, Dizzy. Amidst the bloody rants and paeans, you find a symbol carved into the stone itself. You recognize it as the sigil of the Children of the Endless Gate, surrounded by scrawls to an unnameable and alien god. Try to read the name. Can't do it because it's obscured by splatters of blood smeared by the venerating touch of countless passing cultists, but you're fairly certain this is the tomb of Narcissa, whose proximity to Inaffair must be what inspired this display of, you hardly dare call it devotion, but it's certainly effusive. Alright, I'll take a look at that in a second. The blood does not obscure it. Vaguely humanoid shadows lie within these pools.
Yes.
As you reach out to touch the symbol, a spark flares from it, and you feel your tattoo blazing in sympathy. The rock under the symbol evaporates as if it were transmuting itself into another dimension, revealing a large niche. Within is a thing of strange dimensions. Oh my god, it's an Escher painting. An impossible angle spun from an unearthly metal that seems to flow as you examine it. Its branching limbs cross in a lattice that holds no clear pattern. Tidal energies seep from it, and you recognize the sigil of the changing god stamped on its base. What else it might be, this is a marecaster. I think they mean whatever else. But not one you can use, at least not now. Someone has twisted it out of alignment, and it will be impossible guesswork to return it to a proper state. It says it's usable. It says it's usable, but it doesn't seem to be. Made of strange dimensions, impossible angles, unearthly metal. Okay, so I'm going to have to deal with that later. Alright. Last but not least, what about this? Portal. Once you step through this gate, there's no way out except to find the one who opened it. Alright, I don't want to do that yet.
Yeah,
I'm going to go
that's
back
something I
to the
could
Endless
do.
Gate. I'm going to go back to the Endless Gate, but I'm not doing it now. Because I want to deal with this Marecaster. The man in the memory, the cast-off behind all the horrors of the valley. Bonus Kaisul, maybe. Alright.
Let's go.
Let's get back to the central hub. Yeah, that's that. I am going to do that. Yeah, for sure. I am definitely going to do that. Although, don't think I'm going to do it right now because...
You bet.
Alright, so what have we got here? We've got Endless Horror. I know about that. Phoenix's Wisdom. What does Phoenix's note say? 1, 5, 3, and 5. Okay, so I'm going to have to go to that tomb. But I am not going to do that now. We will do that next time. I will check out that next time. Overwrite. And there we go. All right. We will do that next time, folks, but we're not going to do it today because I have to give way to Lovelust, who is here and is going to be playing Crisis. So you've gone from Torment to a Crisis. That's the way we do things here. I hope you guys like what you saw and heard today. It was fun going through, continuing our playthrough of this game. If you like what you saw and heard, please make sure to follow GOG. Please make sure to sub to the channel as well. I'll be back at you guys a week from today on this channel at the same time, probably continuing with my Torment playthrough as we'll continue through with the Necropolis. But you can also find me on my own channel on Friday, where I'll be doing some stuff, probably playing through some Skyrim Enderall and getting set up for my schedule for June. As I say, a lot of stuff going on, D&D, Tolkien, a bunch of stuff over there as well, so definitely check that out if you are interested. But I want to thank everyone for stopping by as always. And again, make sure that you, if you can, sub to the GOG channel and check out all of us individually, because we all have our individual channels and Patreons and so forth, and that is a good way to support the streamers on this channel as well. But that's it for me and for Pen and Pixel. Stick around now for Lovelust Games, who will be playing Crisis for you, and I will catch all of you wonderful people either on my channel later this week or on this channel next week, a week from now. Until then, thanks everybody. Have a good night.